All right. What's going on, everybody? We're here. We're here. And a lot has happened over the last week. We had some drama. People were clutching their pearls. People are getting upset. We had the base packs. We had the Series 3. People are feeling pretty emotional one way or another. But that's what NBA Top Shot's all about, isn't it? It's about getting emotional. It's about spreading your feelings on Twitter. It's about the friends we make along the way. Anyway, we got a poll going right now. Would you wear ActuallyJeb's bear suit unwashed after a marathon run, so covered in sweat, for $1,500? I don't know how long you'd have to wear that bear suit. Let's just say an entire day. An entire day of wearing a sweaty bear suit. We'll ask Jeb. I mean, he'll probably give us an idea if that's a good idea or not, because he's the only one who knows the status of such a thing after a marathon run. I'd imagine it'd be quite moist in there. That's just my guess. So what's up, Max? Morrow, I'm guessing Jeb wears underwear, if I had to guess. Is that factoring into your decision? Is it like if he was, you would, or if he was, you wouldn't? That's something you're gonna have to figure out on your own, Morrow. All right, so let's jump right into it. Let's cover the week that was in NBA Top Shot. Let's talk about the 5 hot topics. But look, we got someone who's gonna wear it for an S1 LeBron. I don't know what the cheapest one is. Yeah, David, we'll talk about this today. The marketplace isn't looking so hot. Okay. So let's let that bass drop. Series 3, 10 packs per purchase. How did you feel about that, guys? Did you like that? Were you not so happy about that? I know Top Shot Tony, who looks, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this looks a whole lot like Mike's carrying. Anyway, Top Shot Tony, he wasn't very happy. It's a good video. You should check it out. He wasn't very happy about these packs. And he also wanted to rip packs at the same time. And I could kind of relate to that. I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about that today. I definitely wanted those packs. My take is that it's NBA Top Shot doing the math, just like Zach Galifianakis here. They're trying to figure out if we give users the ability to buy a whole bunch of packs at once, how many will do it. But here's the thing. And anyway, first, before we get to the thing, this is what the base pack is looking like. So, of course, new things. People want the new shiny thing, and then all of a sudden it's leveling off. But this is not like a straight downhill trajectory, which is good. It's kind of leveling off here. These are the, if you could get these rookies, obviously you did quite well. This is the asking price just before the show. That Evan Mobley is one you would be very happy to get your hands on. The worst you could do was that Jalen Johnson at 43 in terms of rookies. And the floor on the moments is $3. So what does that mean? It means that these packs were clearly plus expected value with that $3 floor. My question is, what happens? Well, the locker room packs are still available, which is a big reason why the floor is $3. Because you could buy these packs, it was automatic profit. Even if you got a bad pack, you could get together 4 of those moments and trade them in for 3 S2s. S2 floor is higher than 4 S3s and a much better collector score. So it's like a no-brainer. If you could get those packs, you wanted them. But my question is, how might these drops start looking as we continue on? Are we going to see the same amount of people lining up? Are people going to want 10 packs knowing that they can no longer trade in for a locker room pack because those are now sold out? And actually, the Top Shot Economist did make an appearance today in the apology blog about the Showcase Challenge. But this is another thing I've been thinking about. A lot of people have been calling it out on Twitter as well, which is, where is that economist? We'd love to hear from him. Why are we doing the 10 packs per person? I want to know. And also, this is another new thing that just happened, which is the 75 serial has a little icon of the diamond to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the NBA. to me, I hope that is just the beginning of something way bigger that we're not even considering, because if it's just that, then that's not much at all. And that affects such a small amount of people that actually hold that cereal. Okay, before I go here, I see the chat's kind of going fast, so let me just take a quick look. Yeah, limit of 3 to 5 packs seems more appropriate. I think so. Mick is got his tinfoil hat on. He's saying the Top Shot definitely tanked the market on purpose. The market was high. It's just coming back down to earth. Okay. Morrow didn't get any. Andrew, they're going for the physical card concept. So thousands of packs, most of which are worthless. That does seem to be the take on Twitter. I'm curious what will our guests say about this. $2 floor imminent with more frequent $1 moments. I would say that's very likely when you consider that there's no easy way out from the S3 moments to the locker room packs. But another thing to consider is these S1 packs. That's going to keep the pressure, the buying pressure on these moments. All right, next. So this is the emotional topic of the day, which is the showcase challenge, the fandom thing. You had to buy. I see PackDrip in the green room, not very happy about this. Yeah, 4 legendary moments for a fandom reward. That was something we had never seen before, and rightfully so. A lot of people are like, "What in the world is that about?" And Steve, who, depending on if you can get out of that Raptors game in time, will make an appearance as well. Oh, he is actually in the green room. So, Steve, hello. Yeah, this was a big point of this, which I don't know, not enough people were talking about, which is that you would lose like 4,100 collector score by doing this challenge. That's insane. And you know, some people, 4,000 collector score is a lot. So that to me was insane. It was also obviously anyone collecting that set all of a sudden can't collect it anymore if they don't feel like spending that kind of money on all these moments. So people rightfully felt pretty bad about this. There was a conspiracy theory that, or not conspiracy theory, but the blog was updated. And people were saying that they had sort of snuck in there like a thief in the night to change the text to say that, oh, this is how it's happening. But Alan actually came in with the archive.org link saying, no, it was like that in the beginning, and we're not trying to rug you, and we're trying to figure out what to do. We're discussing it internally, and we got a result. They discussed it internally, and here's what happened. Anybody who has the other fandom moments, those moments are now worth 30 points each. Anyone who had all the fandom moments leading into this event are getting a $100 credit, and anyone who completes the challenge gets priority queue. So I'm curious how people feel that we're collecting. I think PackDrip might be one of those people. I know he's a big WNBA fan, so potentially he might have an opinion on that. I know Steve obviously was collecting. But yeah, I'm curious how those people feel, because I'm an outsider. I think it's very hard for them to satisfy everybody. And that's just the way it is right now. Otherwise, as somebody in the comments said, the market is not looking so hot. Undercutting season is back. This is the base set of S1, for example. The S1 is not looking so hot. The Run It Back 2005 also not looking so hot. I think a lot of people were hoping that we'd see something from this Run It Back set, and we haven't really seen a whole lot in terms of utility. This is also a screen capture from last week, which is kind of still relevant, which is things are going down. People are just buying the shiny object. And then you also have your people who are just lifelong Top Shot fans who don't really care what the market looks like. All right, so next we have this NFT NYC Top Shot party. I'll be honest, this was probably the only event that I felt FOMO about. I don't have that picture of the Bored Ape jacuzzi party that I had last week, but I honestly didn't have too much FOMO over like those massive parties, even with Aziz and Chris Rock and all that. I guess I'm just like an introvert. I'd rather just kind of look at digital video clips of NBA players on my computer all day and talk about it on Twitter. But this was probably the only event that I really wanted to go to because we could all dox ourselves and meet each other and have fun together. And it looked fun. I don't even care very much about Quavo. I just wanted to go there, play Pop a Shot, play what's the other one that they were playing there? NBA Jam, of course. Play NBA Jam. That's what I wanted to do. So there's Quavo. There's that big old cube. We even saw PackDrip do a little Euro step, even though I'm pretty sure he traveled. And there's the Knicks game that people were also could be lucky winners, but also I think a lot of people just went because they were all out there. So PackDrip is saying it was a gather step. I don't know. We'll have to run the replay, but I'm calling it travel. So that was fun. And finally, let's just briefly touch on the week in NFTs and more because I want you guys to know about this. Where are the guests? Dharma, is this your first time? I've seen your videos. You make good videos. They're coming, Dharma. Jeez, take it easy. Sip some chamomile tea. All right. The weekend NFTs and more. So obviously this big event in New York City, everyone showing their faces, just going to every single party. By the way, I don't know how people do that after they're like 20, 22 years old. Get some more voices. All right, they're coming. Oh my goodness. In terms of like OpenSea volume is still not very good. I think a big part of this is the gas. You can see gas is still really high. And otherwise in the NFT world, the funks are for some reason really popular right now. Funks are, I mean, these were removed off OpenSea and now they've actually made their own marketplace, which I find really interesting. So that is the topics to Dharma's delight. Dharma, the solo portion of the show is over. You can rejoice now. So first, I'm going to bring on ActuallyJebBush. So let me remove that. I'm going to bring on ActuallyJebBush. And of course, I have a video because that's how we do it over here. So let's introduce ActuallyJebBush.
Hey everyone. Only you can prevent undercutting.
And roll down to Thompson. Exactly. They slap.
Oh, that was great, Tandy.
All right. Well, ActuallyJeb, thank you so much for being here. You know, you've been in a lot of places. You've been doing a lot of things lately, and so definitely want to talk about that. I know Dharma wants to hear from you about your voices, about your voice. He wants to hear your beautiful voice. So anyhow, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. Kind of exhausted. Like you said, I've been doing a lot. Even yesterday, went to Complex Con, and I wasn't going to go until yesterday morning. And I was like, you know what? I go to every single one. There's going to be some NFT stuff there that I'm interested in. And I'm super big into sneakers and streetwear anyway. Like, let me just go. And so just my whole day, once again, taken up. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy that I've been in a lot of places recently.
And like that actually just made me think of something. And there's Dharma. He's happy now. These people who went to NFT NYC or whatever, NYC, NFT, whatever way, everyone like completely conked out after. And I was wondering, like, did you have that experience? And we can segue that to the trip to Milwaukee. Like, were you just on cloud nine and when you came home, you were just like a zombie?
So unfortunately, I'm a senior software developer at a healthcare technology company. So I didn't get the luxury of zombieing out. Me missing 3 days, like the amount of work I had when I came back was exhausting in itself. So unfortunately, I try to sleep when I can, but I don't usually get to just take a day off.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
We have an important question here. What is your game day shoe? Does that mean your game day? I guess that's two questions.
Like on court sneaker? I am a sneakerhead. I have probably 350 plus pairs of sneakers in my one room apartment alone. Wow. You can see the 4 pairs of Grinches I have in the back, which are like, I'm a diehard Kobe fan. And then I have more sneakers in various storage locations hidden across the city, which you'll never find.
Wow.
But right now, the on-court sneaker that I have, shoot, I forgot what it's called. It's an Adidas sneaker that Adidas discontinued, but it was like their first Boost basketball sneaker. It's driving me crazy. I don't remember the name, but it was discontinued. I bought several pairs because of that immediately. They're all sitting in my closet. And as I slowly go through them, I get more and more worried that I might have to go back to a regular basketball sneaker without Boost one day.
What is Boost?
Like the Adidas Boost, like it has like the styrofoam at the bottom that's like really it's like it's a good shock absorber. Provides a lot of comfort. You can like wear them and walk long distances. Your feet don't hurt. I converted to Boost like personally. Like I mostly collect Nikes, and which is the funny part. But when it comes to personally what I put on my feet, because I have such like big feet, I do like to wear Boost because it's very comfortable, and I'm a pretty active person.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that sounds good. And we're going to talk about, we definitely want to hear more about that Milwaukee event. And I'm going to first say hello to PackDrip. Then we're going to bring you guys back together. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the NYC event. We'll talk about what's going on in Top Shot. And then we'll hear about this event that happened the other day, which I was sleeping through because it's my time zone is difficult. But yeah, I want to hear about all this stuff. It was a big week. So I'll bring you back in a second. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So next, and I'm sorry, Dharma, it's just me again. Next, we're gonna bring PackDrip, but of course, we got a video for PackDrip, of course, as well. So let's do it.
Yo, Tandy, it's the Island Boy, Top Shot Island Boy. I'm here with the Top Shot badge. We're gonna sweep the floor. Got my triple badge. Got the drip on the neck.
Slit. We out here. What's up, Tandy?
What's going on, PackDrip? Yeah, the authentic first Island Boy connection right here. Thank God they're not on Twitter anymore, by the way. I'm really happy about that. Now
Did they get banned? What happened?
Oh geez, look at this. I got spam in the chat. Okay.
Wait, I'm not off Twitter. I'm an Island Boy.
No, I know. It's only us now. The Top Shot Island Boys remain.
We remain.
But the Island Boys with the things coming out of their head, I think people are stopped buying them. So that's
damn.
good.
No more antennas on the TL.
Yeah. You know you're doing well when you got a webcam spam commenter. So we're going places on this stream. Feeling good. So yeah, man, thank you for being here. You must have some strong feelings about this whole WNBA thing because you're one of the few very big WNBA diehards.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. The fandom set is what it was supposed to be. Actually, it's not even what it was supposed to be. Let's get started on that. Jeb is an OG fandom collector. Anyone who went in person and bought a moment, it started off as buying 3 moments in person were fandom. And for some reason, they made the other 2 challenge moments from the same days people were there, but they didn't get them. But it's all good because the access came from the first 3 or whatever. But
right.
My problem is when you start doing WNBA fandom and don't make people go. I thought we're trying to get money into WNBA, bring up, fandom, and just basically pack the seats and get more people there, more people exposed to the product. It's a business venture. They didn't do that. They didn't really help bring people to stadiums with fandom. They tarnished what fandom was from the NBA. Now they made the WNBA fandom fake already. And then you tell them it's going to be all accessible. And this is so you could get collector score and everything else. And it was cool for a little bit. It was a fun little gimmicky thing. They came out with 5 fandom moments and you all got them in a pack because you bought the WNBA original pack. I believe that's what it was to qualify, or at least had 1 WNBA moment in your account. And then that was a scandal because people who didn't even have, they bought the WNBA pack, sold everything. That was supposed to disqualify you. They still got fandom stuff. So they already overshot what they thought it was going to be. They did too much. And from there, it's just continued to this. Now they killed everybody. They rugged it. They straight up. If they changed the chat, the blog post 2 days before on November 1st, and then posted the challenge on November 3rd, they knew it was a rug. They did it.
No, but hold on. That is a spicy take, so I'm going to give you that. Spicy. But if you caught it in the intro, you can look at the archive.org, and they didn't actually change anything major with that blog update, apparently. I didn't actually go and do the detective work, but the language was a little bit loose from the beginning. And the thing that bothered me was that in the beginning, they said fandom exists between common and rare.
Mhm.
And now they just created something between like legendary and like platinum ice, and you're never gonna afford this. Like that wasn't supposed to be fandom, but anyhow.
Yeah, this one should be under 200 mint.
Yeah, and no in-arena minting. The thing about the in-arena minting though is they said that like that's a big lift. Like it's not as sort of straightforward as it seems. Someone's calling you Paul Wall. And Tandy NFTs. I think they're very busy with the Flowverse. I don't know. That is a spicy take by Tandy NFTs. I don't know. I don't like to think that that's the issue here, that they're like putting a bunch of people on the Flowverse. I don't know. I don't think that's it, but anyhow. All right. So why don't we bring back actually Jeb here, and let's talk a little bit more. There he is. Jeb, center yourself a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll put So why don't we just talk a little bit about the IRL stuff? That's what I'm curious about. Then we can go back after this. We're going to bring on some special guests to discuss this whole drama. But let's talk about IRL for a second. Let's switch it up for just a second.
Can't leave Jacob out. Speaking of IRL, I got to make sure he's in the camera frame.
Okay, that's right. So if you're not aware, chat.
We have a dapper employee with us right now.
Yeah, that's true. In spirit.
Yeah, watch your language, PackDrip.
That's right. So PackDrip was in New York City, and he got Jacob to sign that. I guess that's a Latrell Sprewell jersey, and he got him to sign it.
Yep.
Did you choke him out after?
I know. That was the next question. I know.
Just Roham wasn't walking amongst us. Jacob was.
Oh, geez. That was spicy. Hold on. Give me a second here.
Spicy.
All right. So anyhow, tell me about that event. How did you know right away when they announced it you were going to go?
To NFT NYC.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to say this. I got the RSVP. The Top Shot invited me.
Okay. Why didn't you want to say it?
I mean, I applied.
Okay.
There was people who, honestly, it ended up being a rug. I'm gonna be wait for this. Wait for the rug. And
hold on, like it's another. You're going crazy with the spicy takes.
This. We know the kiosk worked by all the UNLV kids that had nothing to do with Top Shot existed.
Okay.
Here comes this. So I get the RSVP email. I'm invited. I'm guaranteed a spot as long as I show up from 4:30 to 5:30. Guaranteed entry, not general admission. Okay. So I get there at 4 o'clock. I even show up early. I wanted to make sure I got my spot. So I get there. There's people in line, 2 different lines. I see a short line. I see a wicked long line. And so I go to the guy who's kind of behind this fence, and I said, hey, where's the RSVP? He goes, RSVP is over there, short line. I go stand over there, posted up with some guys. All that happens. 5:30 rolls around. When they're opening everything, they start bringing the metal detectors and all the wands and everything out. And all of a sudden, the same guy with his long hair comes over here, tells me, hey, guys, you guys got to all go to the general admission line now. We're not doing an RSVP line anymore. While it's opening.
That's whack.
We've been posted up for an hour and a half in his VIP line. All these people have in that line, that long line at 4 o'clock when I showed up. You don't even want to know what it looks like now.
Oh, man, that's brutal.
I saw videos. Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Yeah.
And did you ask him? Were you like, tell me why?
He was just like, things changed. And he had no explanation at all. I was pretty mad. I ended up cutting to the front anyway.
All right, good. That's what we want to hear. Yeah. Respect.
Like you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Like
of course I do.
The chat and cut and chat. What's it called?
Oh yeah, the chat and cut.
Chat and cut. Yeah, I pulled one of those and they understood my plight.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Like, hey, I've seen Curb too. Nice.
And then what else? Beyond the rugging of there, then you got in and tell us about it.
As soon as I get in, you walk in. They did the whole place. Like they wallpapered everything, and like every single inch of the whole club was wallpapered. Top Shot this, Top Shot takeover, neon lights. It was dark. It was like a rave. It was really cool. Kept walking through. First 1,000 people got a T-shirt. Grabbed the T-shirt. I was one of the first, I don't know, 25 people in because, like I said, I chat and cut well. I was up in the front. Like I chat and cut with the guy who was in the first spot. Like I was telling him, I'm like, yo, they already told me, and he knew the deal. So, but anyway, so I got in there. I got a front row spot, first table, held it down, invited some people from my fantasy league. I started a fantasy league where everybody had to donate a Jaylen Brown All-Star moment to start. 14 people, 3 of the people that are in that league ended up going to the event. So we all had a table up front because I reserved it for us. And then I found out there was VIP. I found this out after. So I wasn't actually the cream cheese like I thought I was.
No.
Judging them were all up above. I was looking up. I see Mike Zakarian up there. Everybody,
Packdrip's
was a man of the people at some point.
Man of the people. Even if you could get VIP, you wouldn't go up there because you're too plugged in.
I'm way too plugged. Like, you weren't close enough to Quavo and everything.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. The common man could like touch Quavo.
Yeah,
I know. I saw that selfie of you 3. You, Roham, and Quavo. It was a great shot. But anyhow, overall, though, it was a good time. You met a lot of people. You met a lot of other collectors.
I stayed later than everybody. Everyone left to the Knicks game because Top Shot airdropped them free tickets. I wasn't along on the airdrop. I stayed and watched it on a projector screen, and I had a really good time. I met Time Lord. Me and him were chilling. I met Inspired by Mamba and his girlfriend. I didn't know who. I forget what her name is.
I think it's Ghana Mamba.
Ghana Mamba. I met Ghana Mamba. She was cool. I had no clue about what these people looked like or who they were or if they even really knew who I was. And they came up and were like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Ghana Mamba came up to me and said, "I seen you in the Island Boy video. Can I get a picture with you?" And that was our introduction. It was weird because I did that for like a joke, but to be known as that, it felt different.
Yeah,
I mean, look who you're talking to. The bear suit was supposed to be a one-off thing, and it's just
the biggest bear in the market.
Yeah,
yeah, I know. Well, here's all I gotta say.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that. All right. Well, that is very cool. Like I said, that was the only thing that I had FOMO over. But what's that?
You missed out on a lot.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun without you, Tandy.
Some guy passed out after. It was a mess. Late night when we got kicked out, some dude fainted, and they were like, "Yo, we're out."
Oh man,
no one really talks about it.
Oh geez. Let's see anything here that's going on. VIP Ja Rule is upstairs. Okay.
I didn't get to meet Judge. I was very disappointed. He was there. I wrote him when he said he was outside in the line waiting to come in. And then everything I seen, he was up there in VIP. He came down for Papa Shot real quick, but I didn't catch him.
Just came down and got right back up. He's like, I'm out of here. I can't.
And then left.
He's like, let me wash the filth off these commoners off.
Yeah. Citizens, and we got him.
I think that's what it sounds like. Yeah. So he claims to be a man of the people.
A man of the people.
That was good.
We thought he was a man of the people, but he's not.
He's not. We knew that.
Nope, he's not. Oh, geez, I got another spam thing going on. What's going on here? Jeez.
Damn,
all right,
you blowing up, Tandy.
I know. God, you don't want me to read that what this user's called, by the way. Anyway, so IRL, did you feel like more? How did you feel about Top Shot after that event? Do you feel about the same, or were you like, do you feel worse because of that line experience, or do you feel better? How you feeling? And then we can segue to Jeb.
Everyone talks like Mets when they're not on the TL. That's what I found out.
When they're not on the what?
When they're not on the timeline and they're not on Twitter and in person, everyone is Jason Metz.
Oh,
that sounds like I'd rather be waterboarded than that. What is going on?
No, and people definitely have a different sentiment in person and have a couple gripes that maybe they don't just put out on Twitter every day, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But
there's
that's all based on the market. If the market was
Yeah.
in the positive right now, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Jacob, Roham, I love you guys." Like people are so quick to flip flop.
Actually, it was a couple people mad about gifting the way they did it back in the day. It was random arguments that actually I have in the back of my head, and they kind of woke up a beast, reminding me about the Rising Stars challenge. And it was 28 days long, and they banned gifting for the first 7 days. So these moments, LaMelo Ball was $5,000. People were paying $5,000 for this thing, and
Yeah, I remember
then
that.
they brought gifting back. More completions happened. They stopped gifting for like 2 more weeks, and then they brought it back in the last 3 days. Rising Stars, Anthony Edwards, the dunk on Utah, should be less than 400 circulation. But it blew up past 1,000 in the last 2 or 3 days because they brought it back. And then the same thing happened for Seeing Stars. They killed the LeBron. The LeBron was a mess. The Luka Seeing Stars during the first challenge, when it wasn't even needed, was over $1,000, and it was the bottleneck for the LeBron. By the end of the LeBron challenge, it was like 200. It was
Well, I feel like it's crazy to think that we're not even like a year into this. Isn't it scary to think what we're all gonna be talking about in like 5 years? We're gonna have like all these.
That's the good thing is you look at like it hasn't even been a year since like that peak and like how much it's like a whole new website with all these new features. Like they're making so much progress. Like Top Shot is infinitely better than it was like 6, 7, 8 months ago, and it's going to continue to like exponentially improve. Like we are in beta, and I know people like hate saying that, and I know people like, but I put real money in, and it's like, but that's your problem. Like no one told you had to do it. You could wait till they get out of beta.
And bought a shittier product back then. Honestly, the most money I put in was when this product didn't even look like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You believed in it then. Why don't you believe in it now?
Right. If you bought that card for 2 G's when it's 200, why aren't you buying another?
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, let's do a little flipperoo here. Jeb, tell us about your IRL experience in Milwaukee. And I'm really curious. I'm always very curious about what we don't see, like the moments that you can't buy. So is there anything you can tell us about that? Of your experience?
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Like they flew us out there. They everything was paid for, obviously, and I got to bring my dad, which was like super cool. So it wasn't just me, even it was like me and someone, and there was 38 people at once. So there's 76 people they brought out there, which is like that in itself is like mind-boggling. But everywhere we went, they would rent out the place, like whether it was the second floor of like a restaurant or a bar or like an entire activity space. It would be like tons of free food, open bar everywhere. I don't drink, and neither does my dad. And I was so mad at one point because I was just like, I left so much money on the table here. Like, I know, but no, like some of the really cool things that we got to do was they gave us a tour of the stadium, and they gave us like a really good tour. Like they showed us all these things that I feel like they usually wouldn't show someone on a generic tour. Like they took us to a lot of places that were, and it was before the game. Like it wasn't the day before. It was like a couple hours before the game, and they're taking us just everywhere and showing us everything. And that was really, really cool. And then they let us in early before anyone else. We walked past everyone at the like season ticket holder line or the VIP like entrance or whatever it was. We all got to just cut them, which was kind of wild. I almost felt bad doing it, just walking by them. But yeah, we got to go through there, and we got to go and just basically like go and sit by the court and just watch warm-ups before anyone else was in the building, which was really, really cool. So we got to watch like Harden, who was doing his thing like with no one else on the court, and then we got to watch like Brooke Lopez and Drew Holiday like shooting. Like it was really, really cool. That was super cool. And then when people started to come in, we went up to our seats in the suite. So cool. Yeah. And then also just, I think the other intangible thing was like hanging out with Bobby Portis. Like we hung out with him for like an hour plus, and 30 minutes in, his people were like, okay, we got to go. And he would not leave. Like he wanted to be there. And that was so cool. And that also speaks, I think, to how much better Top Shot did in terms of picking winners. so many of the people there were like actual diehard Bucks fans. Like I know when they did the finals thing with the Suns, I think there was not a single real Suns fan that went to the NBA Finals game, and I don't think anyone was a Bucks fan either. But I was in the minority as someone who was like not an OG diehard Bucks fan. And I mean, I cheered for the Bucks in the finals. I'm a big Giannis fan, just even because of his connection with Kobe, because I'm a diehard Kobe fan. But it was so much. That's what made the experience so much fun, was all these like real diehard Bucks fans who like drove there instead of had to fly across the country. And so like we were hanging out with Bobby Portis and then Brandon Jennings too. And both Bobby and Brandon, like you could tell they actually wanted to be there and actually were enjoying their experience, as opposed to just kind of showing face, taking some pictures and getting out of there as soon as possible. And I think that is something that was super, super special.
And that's interesting you say that too, because Veerman, who might be listening in while he's like walking through Toronto right now, he said the same thing when he had his dinner with the rookies in New York. He said it really seemed like they wanted to just keep on hanging out, and that was super cool. And I think he said about Obi Toppin too. So it's like all these basketball players, they put their socks on one foot at a time also, which is surprising.
Yeah, and I think they appreciate like people who are actual fans of like their craft, because they dedicate their whole lives to it. And the fact that they can like just be normal for a couple hours and hang out like everyone else, I think is a pretty special thing. Because that's the other thing. Like when Bobby and Brandon Jennings were there, and even Scalabrini popped in, like people were like super nice to him. Like people didn't rush forward trying to like get their pictures or get their like whatever they wanted. Like people were pretty respectful and just like got to talk to him and hang out with him. And that was like really, really cool. Like I got to have a small conversation with the White Mamba and with Bobby Portis, and like
awesome,
and a genuine conversation. It wasn't me just being like, oh, hey, I'm a fan, like shake your hand, take a picture, see ya. And like, it was just me like kind of standing there and just talking to him a little. Like, and
cool.
I think that's something that's really special for fans and players alike.
Right. Agreed that this is what they should be. This is what's special about Top Shot. This is what they should be marketing.
Yeah. I mean, I told Jacob that. I said, dude, you need to be cranking out videos of this stuff, because this is what sells Top Shot. Like, this is one of the greatest experiences of my life. And I got to do it with my dad. Like, it's like, I've never seen my dad that happy in my life before. Like, my dad had so much fun, and
super
like
cool.
Finally got to give him like a vacation that like he would never take or get on his own. Like, that is what like sells Top Shot.
For sure. Totally agreed. Yeah, I saw the videos too. Like, it looked like you guys were just having the best time. So it's super cool. So anyway, that too much blown smoke up Top Shot's behind. Let's get dramatic now. Right.
Bring on the flood.
I hate positivity.
So in the green room, we have a couple members of the Wolf Pack. So I wanted to bring them on today because of what I heard that I missed. It was like this passionate 3-hour-long Twitter Spaces that involved Veerman, Steve, talking about what was going on, voicing his displeasure. You know, I wasn't there, but I think Dave was doing a good job orchestrating, making sure everyone did a good job getting their points in. So anyway, they're in the back here. I'm going to introduce them now. So let's play a little video and let's bring them in. Where's it at? 1 second. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me check. Are you still leaving Arena? That was 30 minutes ago, so I think we're good. Okay, so let's bring them in. Here we go. All right. What's going on, Dave? And Steve, I don't know where you're at right now. It looks like you're muted, but you're live, Steve. So there he is.
Yeah, if you can hear me, I'm here.
Okay. All right. It's not the best audio quality, but we can hear you.
I'm driving, so if I sound awful, just cut me off.
All right, that's okay. I'll bring you in and out. I'll mute you for now. Keep your hands on the wheel and look at the road. All right, so we'll bring back Steve in a second. But so Dave, tell us like how this went down. you guys started this stream or this Spaces just out of the blue because you were irritated of what you heard about the fandom challenge. Is that right?
No, the Spaces was planned. We do a Spaces every Friday night, starting at
Okay.
8:30 Eastern. So the plan was to do a Spaces anyway, with no real agenda. It's kind of like a big bunch of us from the Wolf Pack get together, maybe have a couple of drinks, whatever. I don't know. Can't see anybody. I'm going to guess we do. But, and then we talk about, whatever's going on in Top Shot. I mean, we're a group of really passionate collectors. I've never been in an active group chat like this where it just never stops. It's literally 24 hours. And it's filled with a lot of really smart people with big investments in Top Shot. And I'm not even talking about some of the whales. I'm talking about there's some people in there with some big accounts. So anyway, we had it planned. And every time a communication comes out from Top Shot, we probably somebody reads it and then posts it in there, and then we start talking about it. And so the WNBA challenge announcement for the fandom to Rossi that required a second mortgage on your house got dropped. And a couple of us were like, what the hell is this? And so passing it around, and I mean, it was 100% across the board was just, this is stupid. This doesn't make any sense. The fandom challenge is supposed to be accessible. So we ranted on it all day. I mean, it was almost to the point where I was just exhausted from it. And I said, and mind you, there's very few things that I've gotten really upset with Top Shot about. I think I've been really understanding. I'm not somebody who shit posts or negative tweets a lot. I try to be constructive, but I also just really see between the beta and then how far we've come since February and then a lot of other things, I tend to think more positively, but I was really pissed. So yeah, I told all the guys, I'm like, listen, we're going to go on the Spaces, but I'm not talking about it. I'm done. That's all. I think we were on 5 minutes and I brought it up.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this. So here we go. And I said, as a fan, this set gets dropped and whatever, it's a fun set. It had some debuts in it, which is why I also collected it. So I collected the whole 56 original and WNBA common moments and did every single challenge. And it was kind of cool because you just plugged and played and then you got your drop. And I actually scored a challenge moment. One of them, I got a number 5 cereal, which was really cool. And I actually flipped it for $1,000 and then I bought a higher cereal one. So that was really cool. And that was like a bonus. You never expect that, but you play the cereal lottery for fun. So we had, Veerman was on there and one CVJ who I respect the hell out of. He's a really smart guy. And he made some pretty pointed posts about this as well and tweeted it out. And I think you shared it and, Alan commented on it, but I just kind of, I don't know. I went off a little bit and I was talking and just expressing, my disappointment in the communication, how the communication is just not clear and it is rarely clear. And how many of us does it take to say this is not clear before you stop saying, no, this is what we said. You're wrong almost. Sometimes I feel like that's the response we get. Listen, man, I don't work in this size of company, but I work in a big company where I have to communicate on the regular to 10,000 people. And I can tell you, it's often my fault if I don't if I'm not clear, if I don't speak with clarity. So there is definitely a need for clear communication. Because I was already pissed about the run it back thing too, with the will the archive set have bottleneck breaking or no? Right. So I'm a Kelly Olynyk owner.
Where's that Kelly Olynyk?
Right. So there was an original communication going into that where it was we all thought that it was going to be broken. And okay, so some people were upset because they paid a couple $1,000s for Michael. It's Udonis Haslem or whatever. Kelly Olynyk's $2,000, which is bananas. And then it was there was an updated thing. So originally it sounded like they were going to break all the bottlenecks, and then there was an updated thing that we're not going to touch them. And then so this was just another example of poor communication. And then all of a sudden this showcase that cost me $4,000 to complete my $200 fandom set.
Yeah, it's brutal. So, I mean, I'm really curious too. I want to see them improve on that, and I'm curious why it's it almost feels like sometimes they make a couple steps in the right direction, but then all of a sudden they don't continue with it. And I'm wondering why that is, because when they released the Run It Back, they had like a nice video compilation. It was really well organized and they had everything well explained. And then all of a sudden with like the S3, it was like a 45-minute video with nothing alongside it. And then of course this fandom thing. So yeah, I don't quite know what's going on there, but I want to bring in Steve here for a second. Steve, hopefully you're safe there driving, but I want to listen to what you have to say and also hear what you think about the follow-up that we heard today.
Sure. Is my audio okay?
Yeah, your audio's okay. Not the best, but we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my apologies for the I'm driving. But I guess first and foremost, I'll say that I love Top Shot, right? But that means like it can't always be good. Like they're gonna make mistakes. That's expected, and you know they can't all be praised. Sometimes you got to call them out on things that are wrong. And what I found is Top Shot's more reactive than proactive. Like I don't. We said this challenge, they would have done this challenge. Like it's because of the community feedback and the sentiment that they decide to do something about it. And I don't think that's a good thing long term. I hope they recognize that long term they should be making better decisions and being more proactive and recognizing, you know, like maybe this is going to be frustration for collectors. But that's kind of my high level thought on that. And then secondly, fandom, right? So what is fandom? I think it's important to define what fandom is. Like from the original blog post, it was to be something between a common and a rare, right? And like to me, that means accessible, right? Defining what accessible means. And like legends aren't really accessible, but that's by design. And so when they started using all of a sudden 4 legendaries in a challenge showcase that previously only used commons, that was the left field and unexpected in a way that I think ran counter to what was originally defined for fandom.
Yeah, 100%. And like I'm going to mute you now, but like 100%, and that's how I felt too. And I mentioned that before. It was supposed to be in between common and a rare. So yeah, it totally came out of left field. I don't know where that came from. They made the blog post today. Dave, did you read that blog post?
I did. I even tweeted about it.
What did you think about how they explained, you know, why this was the way it was?
Well, so first off, they were in a situation where there wasn't a whole lot of solutions. They couldn't suddenly convert it to a legendary because that set is closed. So their hands were tied. And I think that's why they took a little bit to release a statement. We knew that they were talking about this. I thought the statement was clear, and I was appreciative of that. I thought there was some humility in it. And I think that they, you know, apologized in what felt like a sincere manner. It didn't feel like a corporate write-off to me. It was like, guys, we screwed up and we're sorry.
Right.
So, you know, what can they do in this situation? They're stuck with it. They're stuck with this fandom moment, and they're stuck with this challenge that they created. And, you know, I'm an owner of it. I'm certainly not going to buy this legendary size moment. So, you know, they bumped the collector score, which is a key piece to collecting sets. You do get that collector score bonus. Gives a little bit more value to this. You know, you get 30 collector score points with really no obligation other than just holding the moment. And then they're doing $100, you know, stimmy, which depending how you want to throw it, that's 10 packs or something if you want to do that with it or whatever. So I think that's kind of cool. And then if you do actually complete this challenge, and apparently the other 4 summer fandom challenges that are stretching into December, you get priority queue perks. So I guess that's good. I think that a lot of people who are going to complete this or capable of it probably have the collector score to get there. But
exactly.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, I'll continue to hold the moments. There's debut moments in there. It was really inexpensive to own, and I like the WNBA and I like the collector score bumps. So I'll hold it. It's kind of stinks that I'll never complete it, but I'll get over it. I'm over it.
Yeah. And it also seems too that they wrote in that blog basically like, you'll get rugged again. because they basically said like this won't. They're like, well, this won't be the last one that requires legendary moments. So it's like, okay, well, I guess the house is on fire, and that's just the end of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 more. That was kind of surprising. I was like, this was a summer set, I thought. So
Yeah.
and I think that was also kind of what got people, is there's this delay between the last completion and then this. So it was really, but overall, I mean, I love Top Shot, and they have a lot of really bright, intelligent people working for them. Everybody I've interacted with, I love all the mods. I think they're all great people. I think overall they've put a lot of good people in good positions, but I think they're also learning a little bit as they go here. And I think that, even prior to this roadmap, they were kind of making it up as they were going along. At least that's how it felt a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I think Steve's coming in. Go ahead, Steve.
Come on in, man.
Yeah, no, I just want to kind of chime in for a moment. Like, I mean, yeah, they're going to continue to make mistakes. I think this was a relatively good outcome. I think for me, I don't know how most people would feel about it, but I was just more shocked that they used 4 legendaries. This is the first time they've ever used 1 legendary in a showcase a challenge. In fact, they used 4. Like, it went to 100 really quick, and I'm just really curious why there was no in between, because I would have thought, and it's not even like because there's only 7 legendaries that criteria, and each one of those are minted to 125, so it's a roughly 800 and some odd maximum mint. You divide by the 4 required. The upper limit challenge was 200 from the very beginning, roughly. So I'm just really curious how, because I think the prior highest reward mint, lowest reward mint was like 5,000 for this. I'm just curious why they decided to use so many legendaries and like really cut this set down to like an exclusive thing. And that wasn't clarified in the blog, and I still feel a bit like I'm left asking why.
Yeah.
Like, I get the response and the credit, but that doesn't fix the fact that the set's now going to be in for roughly 3,000 people who had it complete prior. And I don't know, like, I still feel I don't feel great about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be nice to know who made that decision and why, where that came from. It sounds like that's kind of what you're asking. But anyhow, I feel like we could probably talk about this for another 3 hours. So I think if you got if those watching want to do that, definitely tune in to the next Wolfpack stream. And also, Dave, do you want to tell us about your podcast?
Sure. Real quick, fun thing. I was just trying to comment in this chat. Apparently, I need to sign up for an account. So I almost started a chat with customer service, which is
wait, right now in YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on your StreamYard.com.
Oh, StreamYard. Okay, yeah.
So I hit the little chat icon, and I'm like, I was commenting on my my TB12 jersey here, and
to customer service.
To customer service. So,
yeah, I know you got a couple questions about like how you feel about the Pats, how you feel about the Celtics.
Oh man, the Pats. I thought they were great today. I mean, they played a team that's been struggling, but overall they get better every week. That defense gets better every week. They're going to be a problem for teams later in the season because they're really gelling. So, Mac Jones, I love Mac Jones. I think I made a comment when the NFL drops, I am buying Mac Jones rookies. Like, that is the one moment, or whatever they end up calling it, that I want to have. Celtics are frustrating right now. I just hope it doesn't. They just don't seem to be gelling, and I hope it doesn't. They showed some good defense lately against Miami. Definitely was a step in the right direction. And then Jaylen Brown pulled his hammy, so we don't know how long he's going to be out, but I think they just have a lot of talent. They're better than what they're showing. That's for sure.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. So tell us about your podcast real quick, and then I'm going to bring back in Jeb and PackDrip.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, so I have the pleasure every day of chatting with a lot of people who are much, much brighter than I am when it comes to whether it's investing or collecting or just strategizing, gamification, things of that nature. I get a lot of really good intel, you could say, from the Wolfpack, plus a lot of fun gifts. So I just kept saying, man, I used to have a podcast. I used to have a sports podcast in a former life. So I was a little familiar with it, and I was a host. So I kind of said, man, I would love to get conversations with these people on air and just talk about Top Shot because we love it. We love collecting it. We love every aspect of it. Probably sometimes a little detrimental to our health.
Yeah, I think so.
We stay a little too connected to it, right? So, but I'm really excited about it. I have a list of guests. So every week I'm going to have a guest and we're just going to talk about, we'll try to stay topical, but talk about collecting strategies and, how different people look at the platform and what they think, could happen, speculation, that sort of thing. So it's been really fun. It'll get better every week, I think. And looking forward to future episodes.
Yeah, well, it started out great right off the bat. I think that first episode was Steve. I listened to that episode; it was great. So, yeah. So if you guys want to tune in there, definitely do that. And you can find Dave on Twitter. His username is Dave. Hold on, DaveP Wolf. So go find him on Twitter, DaveP Wolf. All right. Well, thank you, Dave. And I'll mute you for a second, Steve, if you got anything else, and I'm going to let you guys go, and we'll bring Steve back another day when he's on a decent mic. But go ahead, Steve. Oh, actually, never mind.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, hey, no, thanks for letting me be here. I'm coming back from a Raptors game, right? I just watched them lose to the Nets. Actually, I was partying in the, Bored Ape Yacht Club box tonight. It was mostly apes, a couple Top Shot people. That was a lot of fun. But anyways, yeah, thanks for having me on. I love being here as always.
All right, awesome. All right, well, thank you, Steve. I'm going to take you off, and thank you, Dave. I'm going to take you off as well. I'm going to bring back these other guys, but thank you thank you for coming on and just kind of informing those of us that missed that.
Yeah, really appreciate you having me on. It was fun.
All right, man. Well, until the next time, thank you.
All right, see you.
All right. Okay, so let's bring back our original two. Here's Jeb and PackDrip. There you guys are. What did you guys think about that? Do you want to add in any of your opinions on this whole WNBA fandom thing? You want to add in anything, or what you thought about the blog, and if you have anything as well, if you're feeling this kind of the way that Steve's feeling?
Yeah. So I mean, I was one of those people that was collecting the set. I had 8 out of the 10, but my goal was definitely to have the whole set at some point. So I'm one of those 3,000 that he's talking about. That's like, yeah. I'm not going to complete this set. That bums me out because completing a set's kind of cool. Like having a whole set is a really cool thing. And I think it encourages collectors to continue to buy into what they're doing. But also I think it leads to a broader discussion about the problem that Top Shot has right now, where they switched from challenges to showcase challenges, which is a good thing because it makes moments a lot less volatile, which is very important in terms of like making a user-friendly environment.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. If you're a brand new user and you come on, you don't know what Top Shot is, and you're like, hey, Chris Paul, I like Chris Paul. He's my favorite player. I'm going to buy a Chris Paul 40K moment for $70. And then you come back a week later and that moment's $5 and you have no idea why, but it was because it was in a challenge. Like that user's done. They're done forever. They're not buying any more moments. They're saying, yeah, I just lost 90% of my money like that. I'm never coming back. So that's why they're doing these showcase challenges, because it's a lot more accessible. It creates a lot more healthy of a marketplace. Like I understand that. But the problem is their solution is with challenges, because you could have all rares, you got a rare reward. All legendaries, you got a legendary reward. Well, now they're just doing fandom as the reward no matter what. And that's a problem because fandom, we can't have this massive like under 100 and then 250,000 plus. Like that's just ridiculous. And yeah, so I mean, they need to have some sort of way where they say, hey, here's the max we have on our roadmap. This is the max the legendary is going to be. So if this many people or less complete the challenge, then this is a legendary moment. If this many people or less complete it, it's a rare, or something like that. And then if it's anything more than the max rare, then it's just a fandom. Like that makes sense to me. But yeah, the fact that this Tarasi, and I mean, they did the best they could. They were rocking a hard place. Legendary set's closed. There's already a Tarasi in there anyway. So there's nothing they could really do at this point. I think they handled it really well. But in general, it is a bummer as someone who was at Summer League and got fandom moments from games that I got to watch. it is incredibly disappointing to kind of see how the fandom's just been a catch-all for showcase challenge rewards.
Yeah, because the way it started, you were in Vegas and
Yeah.
you got to go to the kiosk. So it started with such like a great way. Like it was so welcoming and so
Literally
much
one of the-
That's
fun. And
fandom.
Yeah.
Fandom.
Literally one of the coolest things ever. Like when you had asked Dave, I think you'd asked Dave, or no, you asked PackDrip like earlier about his New York experience. Did that make you like more like bullish about Top Shot or less? Summer League sold me. I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
believed in Top Shot. but I was a little like conservative about it. Going there and having the kiosk experience, I was like, yeah, Top Shot's the future. Like, there's no question about it. And like that was one of the coolest things ever. And just the fact that like they took this amazing thing that they made, kind of how you said earlier, Tandy, where they have this, they make this progress with something and then they just kind of stop and they're like, don't continue it. And it's like, what? And I get that it's hard to set up kiosks and all this stuff, but I don't know. Like it is such a disappointment to me for so many reasons.
So
Yeah.
I went to Vegas for days 5 through 10. As soon as I heard they were going to Vegas, I'm like, they're going to go for the whole thing, right? So I booked that, and it was only for the first 3. I'm not too upset about it. When I went, I had a great experience, and it did sell me on Top Shot in different ways. Club Top Shot, like Pete Overzet, Jack Settleman, and them, they didn't get the memo either, and were on the same time as me. So for 4 days, I hung out with them for like 6 to 8 hours a day, just watching hoops. And I'm just hearing Jack like, yeah, I just bought this scribble for 10 ETH. He's just like talking about it. And it's just, it was just a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very interesting to see whale talk in live talk. And then they're just you know, and they like to get like they like to bet and stuff. I mean, they're like underdog sports now, so I mean it's
Yeah.
they're full sending it, and I rock with everything they're doing. It's cool, but it's funny. We're hanging out. They're like, yeah, I think before the game starts, like we're taking the under, and we're here watching it, and like it was a weird experience, but it was great, and to hear them talking with confidence, and you know, Jack's telling me, yeah, this LeBron thing, you know, I didn't even think twice about it. What he paid for a card or a moment,
Right.
and hearing everybody else. I met Yodo. Like I was chilling with Yodo. I don't know if y'all know who Yodo is. He's
Who
the one
is
who
that?
broke Top Shot. Like he's the one who bought that $200,000 card.
Which
And
one
I
was
got to
that?
pick his brain for so long. No one knows who he actually is. It's really funny. Like that's the guy who paid 208,000 for the jaw, and then
Oh, okay.
someone bought 206, and then someone bought a 208,000 like later and stole his thunder. But he was the original 200K purchase on Top Shot, and I got to talk to him, and he's a really smart guy. You know, he's got his feet in a lot of things, and he's like knowledgeable about it all.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he didn't want to play on the tables, so you got like Pete and Andy and all of them. They're all on tables, and it's just me and Yodo for like 3 hours, just getting drinks, hanging out, and just I don't know. I'm so sold on Top Shot because you have guys like this who have life-changing money, and you know they're putting it in something they like because they're very in sports, but that you put your money where your mouth is, and these
Yeah.
are people who accrued that wealth somehow. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? So they do have some merit and worth, and they know how to get it. So they're like, this is how you get it, and you kind of got to follow the money. And
So what did you buy immediately after that discussion with Yodo?
Shit.
He's like, I bought a
he
hot dog
actually-
and a Coke.
Him and the whole crew was very interested in my MGLE. It's the MGLE LeBron, and
Mhm.
I did the MGLE challenge because I pulled Jokic, which was the bottleneck for it for the LeBron. So it was already 1,000. I'm like, I got this for free. Well, not free, but you know, the MGLE
Yeah.
pack. And Robert Williams MGLE too. So it kind of helped doing the challenge, and I got the serial lottery, and I pulled number 230, and it's Steph Curry, you know, getting a 3 rained on him with LeBron with one eye, and he's pointing to it.
Yeah.
And it's out of
Drama queen
340.
LeBron.
And so I've gotten plenty of offers on that.
Really?
I had it listed for like a certain price, and it was getting negotiated for at one point, and I'm like, I backed out of everything completely. But I like it because it's 23 LeBron shooting on 30 Curry, 230. It's like a double jersey match. It feels like because it's such a monumental moment.
I can hear you pumping your bags.
I'm pumping it, right? But I'm not selling. Believe me, I've gotten trade offers, money offers, everything for it. Because once I started talking to him about it, I'm like, I have this, and he's like, see, that's the type of stuff I would pay $100,000 for. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, oh,
and he's like, I believe that would be, that's pennies to what it will be, and everything else. And I'm just, I'm so sold on it because the guy's sitting telling me this stuff, and you chill with him for 4 or 5 days, you really get a true vibe of somebody.
For sure.
So yeah, they're very bullish on it. They were in on it very early. They knew about it. Like MBL, I loved chumming it up with him. We ended up playing basketball with them. They rented out a court. MBL's got some sneaky moves.
Interesting.
Really? Yeah, he's got some driving. He got it. Him and Jack played 1v1. They were like, it was like prison ball.
Someone got stabbed?
Damn near.
Respect.
Someone was throwing up in a trash can. It was
Whoa.
Deep. It wasn't them two, but
it was someone else just watching it.
But it was a rough night at the tables and everything else too. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, it must have been an intense game.
I had such a crazy experience, and then this NFT NYC thing. Yeah, and then going to the Hall of Fame now, I get to actually kind of report it to people who care. I go.
What do you mean? You report it?
Yeah, like I went to the enshrinement this year for Paul Pierce, and everybody else that was inducted, Chris Webber and them.
I followed the live tweeting of it. It was pretty fun. Yeah,
and like I try to keep up with that stuff for you guys. Normally, I'd just put it. I'd write something on my website. I went to UMass, and now I'm going back to UMass for sports journalism. I'm trying to further my degree so I could get a job in sports journalism. Like that's the dream.
Yeah. Well, I liked when you went to the Dr. Seuss house and just harassed everyone. I went
on live on Instagram for a half hour. I'm walking around the Dr. Seuss building. Where's Roham?
Some poor old lady's like, what language are you speaking?
Please like nothing you're saying is rhyming. I don't get this.
Online, a sticker, and she couldn't figure it out. And I mean, eventually I got in the Seussibles. Like a week later, I got an email. So.
And now you're just buying packs all day.
Yeah, you gotta poke the bear.
Yeah. Don't poke Jeb like that. Anyways, I wanted to talk about one other topic, which I think you guys might have some interesting takes on. First of all, Jeb, you were talking about how like this trade tickets 4 for 3. You got so psyched about that. You were like, "This is the future of the platform."
Yeah.
Well,
like, I mean, we knew this was coming. I'm just happy that they got through the 3 stress tests and like nothing was broken. And there was a point where they're like, hey, it's just on. You can just do this whenever you want. Because I was like, wow, good for them. Once again, this is like a revolutionary piece of infrastructure that they've added to their system. And it broke some stuff at certain points, but like they have it working now. So I thought it was cool. But yeah, I was shocked. It seems like people just like really love to be negative about everything because I was like, what is there to hate about this? Like the whole point is it's deflationary. So yeah, it's not burning moments outright, but for all intensive purposes, like this, the S1 packs that are going to be available for 300 to 500 tickets is going to remove a ton of moments from the market. They said there's going to be sets in the future that you can only get a pack using trade tickets. There's going to be other things that they're going to use trade tickets for, like maybe merch, maybe like discounts, maybe a NBA league pass. Who knows? Like the limits are that it's endless. Like they could do whatever they want with this. And the point is, you've all these people constantly like too many moments, blah, blah, blah. Like it's supposed to be rare. Like you can't keep giving moments without new users, like it, blah, blah, like all that stuff. Well, this solves their problem that they're whining about. Like,
can I interrupt?
Yeah, go for it.
So why run it back? Did everyone in the mama get a pack? But with S3 was supposed to be accessible. It was supposed to be everyone's heaven to just walk in and get packs. So but only maybe 30,000 people in the front of the line got packs because everyone bought 10 to 5.
That's going to happen.
They did it backwards though. Like run it back definitely wasn't rare. S3 base packs are rare as hell.
Yeah, that's a
30,000
good point.
people
They are.
That's a
Right
good
now,
point.
They are right now. But the thing is, I think Jacob, when I talked to Jacob in person, he put it best where he said that all packs being plus EV is a bug. It's not a feature. You can't have a healthy marketplace where you just buy something and they're like, here's free money for buying it from us. Like when you buy something, you shouldn't get triple what it's worth instantly.
They make their pinch.
Yeah, no, they make their pinch, but I'm saying like that's not how the marketplace like is gonna work. Where like you can't bring new users on when they know that hey, like I can just buy a pack and sell it, and then if I don't invest time and get interested in this, I can just profit and leave. Like that's how you create like rent seekers. That's how you create people who like don't feel like they have to understand the platform or get involved in the community because they're like, look, I'm making money. Like why put any more effort into this? Like why try to understand what's going on when I'm just 5xing every time I get a pack while I'm at work and I'm just in line on my other screen. So the thing is, I do wish that they allowed everyone to get a pack just for the very first drop because it's like it's the kickoff to Series 3. I get that. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to train users. They're trying to say, hey, like these packs are not inherently valuable. So there's going to be, and I think it'll be interesting to see how many packs drop next week. I don't know if it's going to be just across the board 200,000 because they did say something about like based on demand. So they might see, hey, we had this many people in line and only this many people got it. We're going to bump that pack number up to 350,000 or something like that. I'm assuming they have some sort of algorithm that's keeping track of this where they're just pumping the numbers in and spitting out what they want. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to train people that, hey, like your pack's not going to be an automatic profit. And you have to think for the first time, you have to think if you want to buy a pack or not. And that's good. Like, but it's going to take time. So I think the whole point of them doing this was to just start it off. Like I said, it is kind of a bummer that not everyone could get an S3 pack, but it's good because a lot of those people who bought 10 packs didn't make their money back, or they made just their money back. And that's good because people are like, wait a minute, I don't have $300 in my account. I spent $90 though. I should have $300, $400 in here. So it's just going to take time. Next week, more people, even if they drop, let's say they just do 200,000 again. Next week, more people are going to get access to packs. There's going to be more than 30,000 that get to buy. The week after that, the number is going to be even more. Their goal at some point is to have just packs, base packs, common packs. You could just go and buy one. Like if PackDrip, if you were doing a live stream and you're like, hey, like let's rip some packs. You could, instead of holding on to packs for a live stream, you could just go in and rip and try to get something crazy and get a cool like clip from that. And on top of that, they want the floor to be like one. They want it to be $1. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know. We'll see. But they ideally they want it to be $1.
Do they not see value in their product?
No, they do.
We see it above $1.
For now we do, but the point is it needs to be okay. This is one of the most incredible things I've with the whole thing. Not saying you said this, PackDrip, but there were so many people who are complaining like we didn't get S3 packs, but they're like there's also too many moments being released, and it's like, well, it's one or the other. Like you're not going to always get packs if there's like the moments are rare. But like if there's too many moments, then there should be packs for everyone. So they want commons to be common. They want, because that is the environment that I think they feel comfortable really turning up the marketing switch, because that is an environment that is like friendly to new users. Because you can come in and you can buy a moment for $1, and worst case scenario, you put it up for $1 and it just doesn't sell. So you don't intrinsically lose any value. You just may not be able to get your like real like fiat money back, but it gives people a chance to explore. Hopefully there's a point where there's a $1 floor and there's a showcase challenge and it's all $1, $2 moments. And so if you're a brand new user, you can come in and be like, wow, I just spent $20 and now I'm getting this cool moment like by building a showcase. Wow, I just got taught how to build a showcase, how to hold on to moments while I wait, aka kind of be a collector, and I have no incentive to sell them because they're sitting at what I paid for, and I didn't pay a ton of money just to get this one moment I want. So you know what? Maybe I will hold on to my Hardenstein Clippers dunk, even though I don't really know who that is. Like what they're trying, I get the frustration, but they're working towards something, and this was just them ripping off the Band-Aid and saying, hey, this is how it works from now on. We know people are going to complain. We know people are going to be upset, but like, give it 3-4 weeks. Like, and everyone who had these complaints will be saying just the opposite. We're like, why are there just packs out there? Like, there's not enough demand. Like, you need to bring in new users if there's just packs just sitting there for people to grab. Like, people love to complain about stuff, but I do feel like I see where they're going with this. And just like based off the conversations I've had with like the Top Shot economist and Jacob, I feel like I have and just my software developing background, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of like what they're trying to do. And I think it's their big goal should be bringing in new users. I think everyone can agree with that. And this is how you do that, and you don't burn them, because all those new users who came in when things were crazy in February, a lot of them have not come back and probably may never come back.
So we anticipated a lot of people coming in from that D-Wade challenge. We spent money paying D-Wade to get him to sponsor this. We rugged $2.5 million from the packs. And then there was a showcase challenge for Clay, right when D-Wade's coming on, and it brings a whole bunch of users who then, oh, if I love D-Wade, I love that era.
Mm-hmm.
Now Clay drops next, and you have these people spending $70 on Kayvon Looney, $75 on Juan Toscano Anderson, and $120 on Jordan Poole. Isn't that a challenge? Isn't that the same problem that at 15x that Kayvon Looney was $75 or more at certain points?
Yeah.
Now he's back to $5. Like it's almost the same problem, and they villainized the phrase challenge, brought it to quests. Now it's a showcase quest. Then now it's a showcase challenge.
I mean,
they've changed verbiage so much.
Yeah.
They've changed more verbiage on that than at least the blog post, I could say.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's partly them figuring things out. But once again, we have to reach a point where users don't feel entitled that they have to complete every challenge. Like they're like when there's
they're passionate.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I got really close to dropping a embarrassing amount of money on a Juan TSD before I luckily had a friend who was able to let me borrow one.
I got one loaner on a Warriors challenge, and I had to suck up and spend 75. It was actually 65 on Looney. It was late in the challenge.
That's painful.
I helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm still like, I'm an old time user. I got beat the hell out of in the Rising Stars challenge, and I know better. And I still do it because I want Clay.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna keep it in a pack. I'm buying a Clay off the market. I'm planning when.
I
feel like it'll drop off at some point with his debut.
I got my Clay pack. I bought 3 TSDs of his.
See?
Like, yeah, I
get it.
Yeah, I totally get it. But I think the thing is like we have to reach the point where like users don't feel like, oh, I have to participate. And part of that is them ramping up. So there's things for everyone. So I think hopefully at some point there's like a challenge that's a little more common going on. And there's a challenge that's a little more rare going on. So no matter what type of collector you are or where you are or how high your bankroll is, you can participate. And I think that's what's important. And they kind of did that where they had those 4 or 5 challenges going on, and then people start complaining and they're like, how am I supposed to do all these challenges at once? And it's like, you're not. Like, you don't have to do them all. And I think they're increasing the amount of challenges that are coming out. And I like, once again, in software, you're taught a lot.
Showcase challenges, though.
Yeah, showcase challenges.
We need a challenge. The baller. So they still have baller status a thing, and you need to do challenges to earn it. But they put challenges on ice. Yeah. So it's gonna really like. I'm at 9 out of 10 challenges. I need one challenge to come out. I don't care what it is.
I think I'm out at like 6 out of 10. But yeah.
I need to complete that. I have one more, and this is why I'm fighting so hard. Honestly, pumping my own bags. but it's for the baller score, and that's why I was doing these challenges. And they used to incentivize us with stuff like that to get points and
Yeah.
to be a rising star and all these other things, and that meant something at one point. Now it's collector score, and people are just running up the numbers, and we don't know what it
Yeah.
really means.
So I think one thing important to understand is like, I think Dave said it too, where he's like, look, like, as much as these are like smart people that are at Dapper, they're also figuring it out. And they are. It's because like they're building something that's brand new. You look at all these other NFTs and what do? Their roadmap is them like, and the way they develop things is like very much like in line, like following something else, whether that's following the Bored Apes or following Top Shot. Like Top Shot is one of those products that is building a blueprint. Candy is doing what Top Shot's already done. So it's easy for them because they're like, oh, hey, like someone's already made the mistakes. We can just do what worked. So we have to like remember that too. Like Top Shot is still by far the best NFT product out there by like such an insane margin. Like it's not even funny. Like, and because of that, like we hold them to this high standard, but they're figuring things out. And so like there has to be a little bit of like patience and like, hey, we are in beta. I mean, maybe as a software developer, like beta means a lot more to me than to someone else. But like when you're in beta and you're working on a project, like your project usually sucks. And
yeah, it's usually not worth $8 billion.
Correct. And I think that's part of the problem is Top Shot looks so good. Like it looks so professional and shiny and clean and like futuristic. And then something doesn't work. And you're like, what the hell? Like this looks so good. And I don't know. I go back and forth. I was someone who was very critical at certain points in Top Shot. I was someone who very early on, like when things were still pretty good, was like, yeah, there's going to be like, we're going to hit the floor of like a pretty serious dip, like in the off season. And people were like very upset at me for like, how, like you're funding my bags and like all this stuff. And like, now I'm like more positive about things because like I see us going in a positive direction and people are like, why are you mad about this? I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel
I got to see Giannis get his ring. That's why.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I clearly was complaining a little too loudly, and they're like, "Okay, let's send him to Milwaukee."
But I think Packdrip makes a good point though, which is like it does seem to be confusing. Like they seem to be going in the right direction, then all of a sudden they're going backwards. Like I think the run it back compared to the base S3 is a really good point. What you were saying, Jeb, is that like, oh, but they're making comments common and from this point forward. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, do you mean from like base S3 forward, not including run it back? So run it back, basically everyone who was in the queue got one almost.
Yeah. I mean, run it back was part of S2, like summer or whatever.
All right. So then in your hypothesis, then it's like S3 and forward. This is the way it's going to work. So
yeah, I don't think we're going to see. I think those S3 base moments are not going to stick at 60K. I think they break 100K for sure.
Yeah.
The whole point is that they are worthless. Like, except maybe like the Giannis moment, even the Giannis at 100K, like I'd still pay $2-3 for that.
There's some LEs.
Yeah. The Giannis isn't though. The Giannis is a 60K, and that
I gotta
moment
get my Jaylen Brown LEs.
And that Nawara moment is filthy too, and that's a 60K
block
as well
on KD, right?
Yeah, that one's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously the quality's really good. I think I saw you talking about this the other day, Jeb. It's like the quality's really good, the thumbnails are really good.
Thumbnails are on point.
Like the product is
worthy, all of them. Everyone is really
S3 blows S1 out of the water in terms of moment quality and thumbnail, which is like awesome because that shows like how far we've come, and it's like it's, at least for me, it instills like confidence that, hey, like Top Shot is growing and evolving and making all these improvements that people did complain about back then. And now people have moved on to something else to complain about instead of being like, oh, this is great. Like just be like excited about, I mean, there's stuff I'm a very loud person in general. Like I'll be very critical for sure. And I have no problem voicing my opinion about it. But I also feel like I really appreciate a lot of the things that they have done. Like they don't owe us anything. Your account, you're just because you own Top Shot Moments doesn't mean you should make money. The fact that Roham and Allen reply to people on Twitter is almost laughable. Like, I don't go and buy stock in Apple and then tweet at Tim Cook and say, why isn't my stock going up? Like, Tim Cook doesn't know who I am. And like the fact that they make themselves accessible and that they're they're listening to the community. Like, I do think they messed up big time with the whole, this latest Tarasi challenge. But the fact that they listened and actually did something about it speaks volumes. Like, they don't have to do any of that stuff. So, like, I think people like just need to like chill a bit.
Yeah. But I think although what I do agree that they don't necessarily owe us anything, but I think Coral makes a good point though, which is like we are beta users, and even though it might not be
investors and testers.
So we're beta testers. We're kind of beta investors. The real beta investors are people like Kevin Durant and Michael Jordan who drop millions of dollars.
No, I know.
We like to be like, oh yeah, I've invested a lot of money in this platform, but it's like you're more of a tester than an investor, and I think that's also kind of important to. Yeah, they do owe PackDrip. They owe PackDrip a lot. PackDrip's a real one. PackDrip is bringing value to the Top Shot platform, and like, give this man his roses. Like, this man's putting Top Shot on his back.
That's true,
try, man. Yeah, and I put Jacob on my chest right here.
Yeah. Amen. Hell yeah. So I think there's obviously things that we can all critique, and there's things that we can appreciate, and that's kind of the whole fun of all this, and that's why we talk about the stuff we talk about.
I mean, I wouldn't do if they were just nailing everything.
They weren't always the most responsive. I still have my Patrick Williams gripe that I will never let go.
What's that?
Vooch got traded, and Patrick Williams changed his number, and they still kept minting old moments. So his triple badge dropped. Vooch got traded to the Bulls. Vooch, being the vet all-star, took 9 from Patrick Williams, and he had to switch to 44. And from then on, he was number 44 the rest of the season. He only played like a month in number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And all 3 of his rookie moments are number 9.
Oh, that's like the jersey number?
Yeah, his jersey number is number 9 in all 3 of the moments when he was number 44 when they minted and released. I was following this thing from Live Token from the jump. And it's really upsetting. And I kept writing Jacob, Roham, adding them all. And I still have that problem, because think about like a moment where Michael Jordan was number 12 one night, or a 44 year.
Yeah, a 45 year. Yeah, that would be like, that's cool stuff. Like,
exactly. So
yeah,
Patrick
stuff
Williams,
collectors
maybe
love.
10 years from now, number 44 is being retired, and you have his number 9 rookie card. You know what I'm saying? When number 44 for Patrick Williams is going in the rafters, you have number 9. Like, it's such a variant. You know, it's a cool little thing. It's I don't know. That matters to me.
The details are important. Actually,
go to his triple badge, you see it. He's number 9 clearly, and the only moment with him number 44 is Daniel Tice, Houston 40K, and he's in the background as 44.
One thing I've never
said. Packdrip notices the details.
It's something that kind of like that brings me up, something that I've thought of. I've never talked about this at all, but I do think it's super interesting that for example, the PJ Tucker Houston moment. He got traded to the Bulls. He won a championship that year, but it doesn't have a championship badge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel, I don't know. And I talked a little bit to Dumbo about it, and he said that the like what people were saying was like, oh, they don't want to confuse collectors. But I don't know, things like that, like you said, Patrick, like the details matter.
They do. Like, S1, Montrezl Harrell, he doesn't have a championship badge on his because he's on the Clippers in the beginning of the year, and he got traded to the Lakers. And he doesn't have a 6th Man of the Year badge that I've also made. They want to incorporate that.
I think.
Yeah, we need the badges.
We need the badges.
No,
the badges. The more badges, the better.
No, Patrick, he was on the Clippers last year. He didn't get traded. He got signed Yes.
S1, he was on the Clippers, and then he won a championship also on the Lakers.
Oh, that's true. S1 was the Lakers. The Lakers won it all in S1.
The Lakers won it all in S1.
They did. Yeah.
And Clippers, he has a Clippers moment that's at a 4,000, and it's a Clippers moment. Doesn't get the badge. I've talked to Austin.
Oh,
about this.
it's the same thing. Oh, it's the same thing as the
Same
PJ
situation
Tucker.
as the
Sorry,
PJ
I got
Tucker,
super
but from
confused for a second.
it's the original problem one, and then that's the second one.
Yeah,
Got it.
I do wish, like, I before I brought up to Dumbo, I went and bought a couple
It's a
PJ
triple
Tuckers.
badger. That's what it should be. At least Montrezl Harrell's the 6th Man of the Year badge, Top Shot debut.
I mean,
and
I don't think they should do
championship.
a 6th Man of the Year badge.
You don't think so? It's one player of the whole year.
No.
Jordan Clarkson would get it, whatever, for all his
does
moments.
Jordan
for S2.
Clarkson really deserve a badge?
He
Like,
won
let's
6th
be
Man of the
honest
Year.
here.
He's a trick or treat guy. He does whatever, but it's like Montrezl.
They could do it. I don't know.
Harrell's same thing. Is he
I
won 6th Man of the Year? It's one moment. Give him a badge.
I don't know. I did think we were going to see an MVP badge at some point, and I don't know. There's part of me that's kind of happy that we don't. Just like things are simple.
So
you know?
my MVP badge was a little different. You know how there's the Challenge Award star and it's red? I was gonna make that a gold star.
Yeah, why
next
not?
to the
I like
thing,
that.
so it doesn't even fit in the badge. It goes with the circ. And then there would also be like Jokic or Giannis would also get these double star moments as well. So
what it sounds like, PackDrip, is you and me need to make our own Top Shot.
I think that's a good idea.
Honestly, this is what I've been thinking, right? We get Tandy, me, you. We get, I'd say, Judge, and then Mets, right? We need Madden.
Well, I'm out.
This is a lot of energy,
Sorry.
right? No, but I'm telling you.
I'm out.
We can join, and as I see it, can I share my page?
Of course.
Here, come here. This
Share
is gonna
it.
be.
You got to bring it up. It's not there yet. You got to hit the share button
I
first.
just clicked over.
But first, I'll just say this.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Oh, nice.
I want to show
Great
you
show.
what our CEO and who it's gonna be out of the 5.
I don't see your page still though.
How do I
Packdrip.
do it?
There should be a button at the bottom that says
plus.
share.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So how do I?
Should I play the waiting video?
I'm so sorry. Remember this happened last time too?
I think it did.
I
Yeah.
go to Chrome tab. What do I have to do?
Oh
we go.
geez. Well, Jeb's
we
the
go.
software engineer. Hold on. Here we go.
Did I do it?
Yeah. What am I looking at? Some guy from the office.
This is you when you're the CEO. Tell me this isn't you in 20 years after running Top Shot.
That's actually scarily accurate.
This
All
is
right.
Andy right here. He's gonna be our CEO, and we're gonna be running this company. All right, I'm back to you.
All
How do I
right.
stop? Let me stop
Yeah.
sharing.
I took you off.
It's gonna be you in the future when you're running Dapper. We're gonna vote Roham out with this DAO that everyone's pitching, and you're gonna be the CEO of Dapper.
I do want to say I did tweet. I tweeted this like a couple days ago, but I do think it goes back to like it blows my mind just people whining about stuff, and they're like, how dare Roham not call me and ask for my advice how to run his company? Like, people.
I know a guy like
that's what Metz says every day to himself. He must go home to his wife and he's like, I cannot believe it. Roham didn't even call me before they made this decision. He didn't even like consolidate me on this blog post. Like,
so I gotta give Metz his thing right here. So at least he went on PackDrip's PackDrip Ewing's podcast.
Yeah,
and of course I listened to it.
Yeah,
and I think he was definitely, as you are, very hesitant and didn't give him at least a fair shake. I thought an unbiased shake in the beginning, and he eventually kind of warmed up to him, and I think it led to even a second podcast with him. That I've also listened to. I think. Unless I just listened to a bunch of Mets interviews from everyone else. But I think, he has a lot of good points.
No,
yeah, but they're just when you take 100 shots, you're gonna hit one. Like, come on.
He definitely got into some weird arguments with people, but I think he was in this shit before all of us. Excuse me. He was in this before all of us. And he actually really used to talk to these people on a day-to-day basis and join group calls. Like, they were into it. You know what I'm saying? I think he really used to have a true link with them. He said it in the interview that they used to talk.
He said it, but from what I've heard behind the scenes, it might be a little hyperbole. Let's just put it that way.
A little inflation of what talking means.
Just a little like, hey, I'm I'm the big important guy. Like king of the castle, king of the castle.
It's not a Zoom call. It was a DM, a like DM, but it was a Zoom call apparently. But nah, I at least thought like he had a lot more, like I said, a direct line to them before, where I think he feels a little cut off with how it's expanded, and also he feels like they kind of blew it up with too much moments and yada yada. Basically, it was this little classroom, and then it blew up to a class of like 50 kids, and he's not getting one-on-one anymore, you know?
He's not the special boy anymore.
Yeah, and I'm at some point, you know, when you are the special boy, it's what you used to.
Yeah.
And he did drop a bankroll on it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And he,
Hold on, I'm about to play that again. Yeah, he did. He definitely
Please.
dropping a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Dude, Tandy, you need to add the
And he fights for basketball. I think that's the other thing. Is he like
everyone fights for basketball? That's not
No,
special.
these guys don't fight for basketball. I don't care.
Mike fights for basketball. Dream Shaker fights for basketball. I fight for basketball.
Oh, yeah,
Judge
you know-
says he fights for basketball. Steve fights for basketball. You fight
10
for basketball.
10
Tandy
people.
fights for basketball. That's 10 people off the top of my head. Like, all right, Tandy,
But
you
we
need
aren't
to
the
add
crypto guys. We FUD. You know what I'm saying? We were like, oh, the crypto guys came in and yada yada. Like there are those too. And
Yeah, but
Oh,
I mean,
let me
hopefully
hear
those
Jeb's
people just-
suggestion after this.
we need the Jada kiss laugh also.
Oh, all right. I'll look for that. Well, Kyrie, I mean, no one beats Kawhi's laugh to me.
That's-
Though. I mean,
that's
the
true.
Jada Kiss one's good, but all right. Well, I think we're at the point of the show where should we rip packs? We got. I know we got. I actually have a base pack I could rip that's been just gathering dust.
I'm gonna pack a good rip. I'm gonna pack a good
All right.
rip.
Oh, it's gonna be a little rip party, I think. So if you guys want to get your rips ready, I'm gonna play the rip video and then we'll rip some packs. All right. So I see you got some packs back here. I got Jeb's pack. I got PackDrip. I don't think you figured out your screen still. But let's just start it up.
I didn't even know I was supposed to do it. I thought you were going first.
Oh, I mean, I could go first, but you could load it up. So I'll go first. Let's choose a pack, guys. Here's some packs.
I'll do that.
No, I'm not gonna open that Wade pack. Oh no, which pack is this actually? I don't even know which one this is.
That's the Bosch.
Oh, that's the Bosch. I mean, I guess we could open that. You guys want to see that? Why not?
Sure.
Here's the Bosch. Let's see it.
All right.
Everyone's on pins and needles.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
Bosch, let's do it. Show me that low serial. Not very low.
I was ready to pop off, but sorry, Tandy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh well. There's
Four
a 4 in
digit.
it. No, there's no 4 in it. Yeah.
4
okay.
digit.
4 digit.
That's true. That's true. There's like almost 50. Oh, there's 41K. Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
it's not bad. Not terrible.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the fandom. We're all very happy with the fandom set tonight.
Did you not do the challenge?
I did do the challenge. That's why I have it.
Oh yeah, I'm cooked.
All right. So
I
what are
don't
we
know.
thinking?
It literally came out like word vomit. I don't know.
What are we thinking? Are we thinking this base set 48, playoffs release 2, which I have terrible luck with, or I've literally got like 3 packs I've opened. They're all been trashed in the playoffs. So maybe we gotta do
47
that.
is bad.
All right. So what are we thinking then? We like 48 or we like playoffs?
Did you just get 48?
I think that was kind of recent.
Was that
Yeah,
that stress
okay.
test?
I just got 40, and it randomly popped up it must be from like trivia or something. They just didn't announce like the winners.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah.
So what are we
Get rid
thinking,
of it.
chat? You guys want the playoff one or you guys want 48?
I feel like the playoff ones are always fun.
Yeah, let's just do playoff one then.
Round
I feel
2.
like that's the easy choice. And I think this one has a lot of moments in it too.
It does.
Yeah.
I think this one has the round 1 and round 2.
Yeah, it does. You'll get to.
Oh, you get
Oh,
5.
yeah.
Shoot,
5, you
I
get some-
have a playoff 2 held. I didn't know it had 5 moments in it.
Yeah, I thought it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And this got some
Now it's
different
more
music. So let's hear the music. Oh, can you hear this music actually?
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go. Let's start. Let's go middle. Nice
Oh,
decent
good cereal.
There's
Ooh,
the
my favorite
Hartenstein you were
player.
talking about.
I didn't know.
Isaiah
I didn't
Hartenstein.
connect the two dots as the same person. But
Speak it into
TSD.
existence, Jeb.
All right, well, there's a
I
Top
learned
Shot
from
debut.
I learned from the best pack drip.
And does he have any other moments on the Cavs? Because he's on the Clippers this year, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I would
that's the
assume he
bottleneck.
does not. I
So
think that would be a
should we
safe
just
bet.
turn it off now? That was the best moment I could have pulled.
Looks
I
rare.
mean, it's definitely a W. It's not an L. Oh, 2007.
All right,
That's a cool cereal.
it is a cool
Good
cereal.
cereal.
All right, it's good for fantasy too, actually.
TJ
TJ
McConnell just showing
Although,
off his pure athleticism.
yeah, do you think I could? Should we pretend this is like Minesweeper? Which one is not the playoff moment?
We have to look at the 1s and 2s and 3s here. So I would say since that 2007 has a 2, 0, 0, and a 7 in it, we want to hit that left bottom.
Left bottom. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try to not hit a playoff.
Jeb works for Dapper.
All right, here we go.
He's
Yeah,
Ilham.
that's not a
I was
playoff
right.
moment.
He's
Yeah.
Ilham.
We did it. We did it.
I was tweeting about this. There's somebody who's Ilham, Squid Game, old man, but they're low key in on it all.
Yeah.
That's a double badger.
There's
That's
one
nice.
person in this community who's an Ilham. I wonder who it is.
I
There's
don't
gotta
know.
be, right? There's gotta
Yeah.
be a mole.
There's definitely
Yeah.
has to be for sure.
Yeah, he's probably in this chat right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did great so far. Should we just shut it down?
Honestly, this is a solid 3. Like good
really
Cyril
is.
McConnell, 2-badge Kenny Martin Jr., and a TSD.
All right, Jeb, I'm letting you choose the next one. Bottom or top?
Let's go top.
All right. Nets.
Okay, no, that's good.
All right.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good Top Shot debut.
No, it's not a top shot debut.
It's not a debut. It's a
playoff.
Nets playoff
Oh,
moment.
that's a playoff. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my playoff moment luck has not been very good. So let's see. Here we go. LeBron.
Off the glass.
Oh, is it another Claxton?
Blake
All right,
Griffin.
Blake
Griffin.
This one's a good dunk. He dunks on Giannis here.
Don't remind me.
This dunk is filthy.
Boom. That is a nice moment.
That is like some vintage
That is.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah,
Ugh.
It is
on
a
the
nice
other
moment.
side of
It
the
is a
rim,
nice moment.
But
Yeah.
he drifted a little back. He kind of shied away from it.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Well, there's my pack. I guess that's the Nets
Be
playoff
honest.
pack. It started a little better than it ended, in my opinion.
Yeah. Not the worst though either.
Not the worst pack. Not the worst pack.
Yeah.
All right. So who we got back here? We got Jeb. All right. So PackDrip, you want to load up your screen? I'll share it when it's ready. We're gonna load up. We're gonna load up Jeb now.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna open this base set. I have my Klay Thompson pack. Jersey number still hasn't been pulled. We're down to 416 packs left. So
Wow.
starting to get a little excited here.
Hmm.
But yeah, and I'm saving my run it back. My dad got a spot, an eligible spot, and then aired out. So he opened a ticket, and I'm kind of hoping to open my pack with him at
Air
some
Force
point.
One.
But what?
You said Air Force One, right? For George Bush. He
Oh,
flew
yeah,
out
yeah.
Air
Yeah.
Force One.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm hoping he gets his pack soon so we can open it and do a video or something together. Because if there's a showcase challenge that's released, I'm gonna have to rip it. Sorry, Dad, but let's see what we got here. If we just get one good one, I'm super happy. Oh, no.
Okay.
Michael Mulder. It's okay.
I gotta use my videos now. Hold on. You think that's an I'll take it or is that a stinky?
Stinky.
It's probably a stinky.
All right.
Stinky.
All right.
Right.
Brandon Clark. Oh, this one's a good moment. Not thrilled about it, but it's a solid dunk. But yeah. Nothing,
How are we feeling
nothing
about
to
it?
write home about.
Is that an I'll take it or is that also a stinky?
I'm not a 2-foot jumper. I'm a
That's a
one-legged
stinky.
dunker.
That's a stinky. All right. What do you
Yeah,
guys got?
Stinky.
Not the worst of the worst, but nothing to write.
Come on,
nothing
here we
to
go.
rate either.
The grand
decent
finale.
Here we
cereal.
go. Handles. Monte
Hmm.
Morris Top Shot debut.
All right.
Oh, okay. You know what? At least top shot debut. I'll take it. That's it. I'll take it for sure.
All right. That's an I'll take it. So let's
Anything with a
find
badge. Anything with a badge at this point. I'm always.
This
always
was
happy
worth
with
like
that.
over $50 one time from one of those showcase challenges.
Really.
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, it's not the worst. I could do much worse than that. So
All right. Okay. Not great. Not terrible. All right, PackDrip, take us into the Matrix.
This is my fantasy league where I'm.
Right, that's definitely what we
with-
wanted to see.
he's just pumping
Yeah.
his bags everywhere.
And no, honestly, I'm not. I'm gonna let you know. I'm down bad. I'm down 0-2, and it's Sunday, and I'm about to be 0-3.
Wow,
And I've been losing by the skin of my teeth,
dude, that's the most
and-
painful.
and it sucks. But you know what? I'm in it, and this is fun. We got our group chat, and we have a good time. Utility. Anyway,
Ability.
2
right,
common
so-
packs. We're gonna rip one. I gotta hold one forever.
Okay.
So
All right, let me get that stinky button ready.
please,
Yeah, the only
it's gonna
thing
be the
I mean,
smelliest pack of them all.
the two LEs and then the rookies are the only thing like really worth packing.
Here we go. Let's see a rookie.
All
We
right.
want to see some rookies.
All right, I want to see a rookie behind door number 3.
Let's go. Rookie time.
Whoa! I
Stinky.
step. His top shot debut. He drops Nikola Vucevic off a jab step 2.
Okay.
I haven't seen that
The
one.
same move. They gave him the same moment. I wish they could have did something else with that.
Too
Here
nice
comes
of
a
it.
rookie. Let's see those
Stinky.
badges.
Did you stinky this?
Yeah,
I
you did.
stinkied it. I stinkied it.
All right, good. A block.
Oh,
Jordan
this is-
Nwora.
All
This
right,
is
it's
a
a
good-
nice.
this
It's a nice moment.
Yo, they gave me the bottleneck.
this
They gave me
moment
the
is so
bottleneck
sick.
breaker. I sold my Jordan Nwora at like $300, and now it's back down to like 140.
Respect.
Awesome.
I got to
Figured
see.
out.
I got to see this block live. This block's
Hell
like
yeah.
incredible. And then he passed it to Giannis, and Giannis passed it to Grayson Allen for a 3. It was like this incredible electric moment inside.
So
that
it
stadium.
sounds like you're happy with that one. So we'll play this clip.
Yes. 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 Oh God, yes.
All right. So door number 1 has to be Evan Mobley.
Let's go.
Nope, definitely
Harrison
not Evan Mobley.
Barnes.
Oh, I got the Harrison Barnes game winner.
It's a nice
No, not-
moment as well.
Is it a game winner?
Is it a game winner or is it
I don't
not?
think so. I think it's just
Is
a
it
3.
just a corner 3?
I'm
Is the
assuming
game
they're
winner the
saving.
rare moment?
I'm assuming they're saving the game winner for a rare or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Austin Kent said something about that in his video with Jacob.
Yeah. Which
All
I think
right,
that's one thing
so-
that's cool because now that Austin knows, like, hey, like you have this many things to play with, he can. Yeah, he tweeted about it too, and I thought it was so cool that he was like, yeah, there's a limited amount of things I can do. So if like certain moments happen, like I know to save this now instead of just like, well, like here we go. So
So if Austin, my girl's walking around in the background. So if Austin doesn't really have full control over what they could get, how does Kevin Durant? How can he be crafting moments? How's he
Yeah, that's a
supposed to
good
come
question.
in and craft all this?
well,
stuff?
I'm assuming as one of the most sensitive players in the NBA, he's not going to pick a moment that makes anyone look like super bad, in the first place. Like he's the last person to be doing that because then he's got to pull out all the burners and like tweet at people who like got mad at him. So like Kevin Durant is like conflict, like avoids conflict like the plague.
For sure.
So yeah.
All right. Well, let's do a little fun little giveaway. See if we can get this to work. Everybody in the chat, type out stinky. And it's good that we said stinky too, because I'm going to close this poll on that we were asked about the bear suit, because that's probably stinky as well. We had to get your insight on that one.
Okay.
But 55% of the
55.
people, Jeb, would wear your bear suit for $1,500.
Respect. I mean, I washed it. I did wash it afterwards. It washed really well. It was the first time I had to wash it. So I was very thrilled I didn't destroy it.
All right, let's see if we can get this working.
I really got the
Okay.
Jordan Nwora. Now my team set's completed again.
Let's go.
This was the plan.
Hold on.
Are you sure you don't work for Dapper Patrick?
I could tell you for a fact. My boss doesn't respond to me. That's all I know.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like that would be the perfect way to throw off all suspicion. Is Roham just doesn't even acknowledge your existence. Just like, oh yeah, PackDrip, never even heard of him. He definitely doesn't work for me.
I'm Ilham.
Ilham.
Ilham, that's it, right?
Is that it? I
so.
forget.
Yeah.
Caught. I had such a guilty conscience. It's like whoever smelt it dealt it.
All right, let's see here. Okay, it looks like we have 16. Is that right? 16. Guess your odds are
the
good.
Ducks?
These are the Ducks.
These are the
So
Ducks. All right,
there's
I
25 in the room, but 16 in the
Jeb,
thing.
enter.
But
Enter. Get a duck in there. I didn't see Stinky from you.
I put it in there.
I'll put Jeb in there as well.
Oh, so you could just add people behind this.
Yeah, I can add people. Let me just make sure these
like
people are in here.
Serial lottery. This sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's because I'm on the inside, bro.
Did you see that one of the first packs that was given out, the guy pulled the jersey number?
No.
Like, so Chris Bosh got handed out immediately, and one of the first packs opened. But the problem was, only 100 people even got packs. When you check the stats, it was under 80 people when number 4 was opened. And then by the time the last people got their packs, I was talking to 2 guys on Twitter. They got them like an hour late after number 4 got pulled and all that, and they both got 40K cereals. So it's like, is it delivery time? Just whenever you get it is kind of the sequential order of what your serial number is. So now also I kind of got it halfway through. I know not to open it. I got a Bosch pack. Same way I got a Clay pack. I kind of like that they have their own exclusive pack, and it may be remembered as such.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think they're still kind of ironing that thing out, but I do like that they give them out in packs now instead of just airdrop it into your account.
Yeah,
it's an experience.
Yeah,
and it gives you the added.
You can hold it.
Those values don't show up on moment ranks. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly.
So my account value from what it looks like isn't what it truly is because I have so much packs accrued.
Right. All right. Well, here we go. Let's shuffle these characters up. Let's shuffle it up a little bit. Don't know who's who. All right. We got some interesting looking ducks here. Got a mohawk duck, a bear duck, chef duck.
Am I the bear duck?
I'm not.
I think you're the mohawk duck.
I told you I would wear the bear suit for the marathon. I voted yes. That's why I got it.
Well, let's see. That it looks like ATC is the bear. So let's see if ATC is going to win.
ATC is the bear?
Yeah, let's see.
It might
I'm the mohawk.
Oh yeah, you're the mohawk duck.
Son of a bitch.
All right, Jeb's got his top hat on.
Okay.
Wait, who's that guy in the front? That's JebBush. I'm actually JebBush.
Oh, you're right. I
have no idea who that user is.
Yeah, you're right. I guess if that wins, it's not you, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a probably airdrop it to the actual.
Chewy Wolf is in here. Shout out to Chewy Wolf.
Hell yeah,
Dude,
Chewy.
Shout out to Chewy Wolf. I have a video of us opening some packs that I
you met him?
posted. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's true. They met up in Sacramento.
I'd be meeting everyone. I think before NFT in NYC, I had met the most Top Shot users in real life. I feel like I can comfortably say that for sure.
This is anyone's race right now, by the way.
Who has the stinkiest duck?
Oh, PackDrip. PackDrip. PackDrip.
I have the stinkiest duck.
All right. Well, congratulations to PackDrip. It's totally rigged. That's what we know for sure.
PackDrip works for Dapper.
I work for Dapper.
Yeah, PackDrip works for Dapper. I don't know what other proof we need.
All right. Well, fellas, let's run our Q&A video and then the chat. If you got any extra questions for these guys, and then I'm going to go to sleep after this because it's super late over here. So let's run the Q&A video. Here we go.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
All right. So now is your chance to ask ActuallyJebBush or PackDrip some questions. So go ahead and ask some questions. And otherwise, we will say bid our adieus. But yeah, nice race, PackDrip. You did well.
I was the
Yeah.
mustiest duck there, and then no one wanted to be around me.
You're musty.
Yeah, so it was stinky, so I was running, and everyone's like,
Oh, get away from that guy.
yeah, I broke
He's
free
got some
and
kind
ran
of
by
medical
everybody.
condition. Do you guys any hopes? This is a question. Any hopes for S3?
I have really big expectations for S3 because I think S2 is just them throwing everything at the wall and just seeing what happened. And I think between the roadmap and just like other things like this system with 10 packs that they have in place and all these other things, I think I'm expecting things to be nice and like ironed out, things to be like very like transparent or like we like kind of like we know what's happening as opposed to S2. We're kind of just like stumbling in the dark and being like, oh, like, and it was a lot of fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fun to like try and predict challenges and all that stuff. But I'm hoping S3 is a little more uniform, and as a result, like, it allows people, including myself, to like really like hone in on those moments that we really want instead of maybe chasing some stuff because of things that Dapper's trying to figure out.
What about you, PackDrip?
S3, I like the fact that they kept the rookie triple badges at 4K. It adds some element of, because they're claiming these loot box laws and all this other stuff, and they don't want to dabble in it, and they didn't even want to risk an Olympic challenge, just putting people together on a team and not even naming it the Olympic challenge. They could
the
named it
5-ring
anything.
challenge.
They could have did anything, and they didn't do it. And
they did a lot.
That wasn't the question,
anyway,
sir.
But the loot box, I got off. But the loot box thing, and I think the packs actually give a little bit more of a yes, I got it. Because once this goes to 100K or plus, I hope it just stops at 100K.
Might not.
It might not.
All right, here's the next question: Bigger beast, Jeb in the bear suit, or Chewie as a
4K
Wookiee?
means more.
All right, but what about your hopes, though, Packer? That was the question. Hopes. Hopes.
Hopes I pull a 4K.
I hope he pulls a 4K. All right, that's fair.
I want to see. I want to see like cool challenges that get recurred. Maybe like a handles challenge that they just keep going is just a storied thing. Like denied. Denied should have been here from the jump. It should have been an S2 denied. They did throwdowns. They should keep it like that. For the win is cool. It's when you start doing and then they were 4. That kind of gives like a college Final Four vibe. When you had a Western and Eastern Conference Finals set that you guys even burned and want to keep exclusive. Why wouldn't you have a second version of that that's accessible or anything? It was really weird why you don't keep it the same name. And then S3, now they're saying they are. So now there's just an S2 gap. And that's what Jeb said. They threw shit at the wall and hope it stuck. And that was just not one of the things. That was one of the things that slid down and hit the floor. And I'm glad it's in the past, and I'm glad we're going to get back to that type of stuff.
I'm super hyped for the just to add on. I'm super hyped for the second hustle and show set.
Yeah, that's exactly hustle plays. Boom, we got a hustle play thing. We got a block thing. We got dunk with throwdowns. We have a handle set. We have a game winner for the win challenge set or whatever. Like, that's cool. That makes sense. And then they were 4 doesn't tell the story of the NBA. It's kind of weird. Like Western Conference Finals, that's not something you like mess around with the name on. It's the Western Conference Finals. It just is what it is. When you type WCF, you know what it means. Why would you do ATTW4? Like,
that's a question for Dustin, right? I mean,
I was in their ear, and that's something they weren't really like hearing me on, and they weren't responding to me. They do respond to some stuff, but it's truly only negativity. They will not respond to any critiques. They will not respond to almost any nice things or good ideas or anything. They'll take it silently, and that's how they'll go with it.
I wouldn't fully agree with that, but I will say that I do feel like in the past Dapper has been a little reactionary, and I do hope that with S3 it's a little more measured of like decisions. Even with this latest one,
the reactionary thing. Veerman was talking about it too.
I feel like they took their time to address it and make sure they addressed it fully, and like be a little less reactionary to a mistake that they clearly did make. And I mean, there's nothing. All we can do is just say appreciate it. Like, let's hope it doesn't happen again. But like, like they're going to make mistakes. Like this is like I said, they're figuring this out because no one's ever done this before. So
And I gotta
that's why
say, they're
still
ahead of the game. Tops has never done half the stuff they've done.
Yeah,
And Tops has made probably $1 trillion off of people.
Yeah.
And like seriously, and they have never done half the stuff.
Exactly.
Top Shot is going above and beyond for us in ways they could go even more. I know that sounds being spoiled or whatever, but we've seen what they could do, and we kind of get a feel of like Tops doesn't really release how much packs they're doing, and you can do the quick math of 400,000 packs times $9 is like $2.5 million. Like they just did a whole thing, like they just made $2 million, and then they flew a few people out that might have cost under $100,000, and then you go, oh, all right, so there's a lot of wiggle room here.
Well, I mean, they have to pay developers, and they are a for-profit company, and they,
I'm fully aware of that. But they've like promised things they've met in many ways. But I think there's opportunity to do more, and I think there's a way to give back to where they don't have to give product or anything. They could give more on the actual website. So when you click on Top Shot,
patience. Like it's been 8 months, the last 8 months, because I joined like during the Scene Stars and Rising Stars stuff.
We're ambitious.
They've done a lot, but you're not the one writing the code, buddy. Like that takes
time. It's not all about the code. It's not all about the code. Some of the stuff they could really I don't know. They could do tutorials on how to do these moments. They could there's so many things. Like I've thought of so many ways where they could just have Jacob in the gym reenacting a IQ moment or something, like a floater, and just like teach people how to but you know what I'm saying? Like teach people all these things. Bring actual real utility to people. Have a guy on there who's like a basketball tutor or something, and get these crypto dudes into playing basketball, because everyone has a court near their house, and a basketball is a very accessible thing to buy. That's also why, like,
I think it's a very low priority on priority.
I want to see
community. If you want to get back to community, stop paying all these damn people to watch a Discord chat. You have a guy in the gym working on his game and just record it, and we follow his experience.
Let's play this out. So do I just show up to a gym and I'm like, yeah, I'm here for Hank. Like, heard he's here, and there's just some guy in a poncho just standing in the corner with a ball.
They should actually open up. They should buy some land, right?
Yeah.
And they should have a gym. and then we should all be able to go there, open court. There should be a court. It
should be like 2K in real life.
I promise you, if I get rich, that's what I'm doing. That's been my goal. I've always wanted to build a Rucker Park in Springfield. I grew up in the home of basketball, and we've never had anything special for anybody here for basketball. I promise you, the NBA never gives back. And there's been I really want to do a Rucker Park.
Isn't that their slogan? Isn't that their slogan? The NBA does not give back.
That might be it. And I want to do something for the people who grew up around here. There's about Springfield. It's like you have somewhat of an idea. You went to college around here, and it's like it's not a great place. It truly isn't. It's one of the top 10 most dangerous countries in America. I mean, cities in America, cities in America, and it's not good. And I think there's ways to change people's lives here. And if I ever got the spot where I could do that, I want to. So that's what I want to bring here. I want to bring an indoor gym that kids could go to, like 6 courts or 3 full courts or something, with a court with hoops on the other end, so you could even slice it other ways. And I would love to do something like that. And I feel like they have the power to do something like that. A Top Shot gym where you could go in there. Let's say it's in Chicago or something.
I think that. So I think you're kind of right, but it takes time. Like, they're still in beta. They're still figuring their own product out before they can be like, hey, let's build a gym for the community. Like,
they could build gyms for the community. I think there's ways to really, really expand. I'm working with the Hall of Fame right now, and I'm kind of telling this to the public right now. But I'm going to have an all-star game at the Hall of Fame for Top Shot. I'm going to pay for it out of my pocket. Whatever happens from it happens. So I'm working out something with them, and I'm going to invite influencers to come play in the game. So I already have some guys. Mike Zakarian is one of them. I talked to him at Terminal 5 about it. And, I wouldn't be paying to fly people out, but I'd be giving them the time in advance once they do get the cue that I would want them to be in the league. Or not in the league, but in the game. And we're going to play at the Hall of Fame on their main court. And there's 3 levels. There's so many camera opportunities and angles that we could do. And I really want to have fun with it. I know you're in another country, Tandy. Jeb has the green light, and if you would ever want to play in the Celebrity All-Star game,
I'll be there. I'm there
all right.
yesterday, dog.
And
I'm all about going places and meeting people.
I wish I could like get, I don't know, like Cole Anthony and Tyrese Halliburton to coach the game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll get in
like,
contact with Cole Anthony.
That's the grand plan. Like,
that's
if
my
Denver
grand
somehow
plan.
backs it and is like, we got you. But I'm working, like I said, I've talked with the people, and I'm working out the logistics about the date right now, but pretty much the down payment, everything done on it.
Oh my goodness!
I'm
Breaking
gonna
news.
make it happen.
Damn.
I think I've never used one of these videos, and I feel like I need to use it. Hold on, you're about to like figure all this out.
Figure it out.
All right, so
I need that video of me in my string board.
Yeah, right. So anyway, that was PackDrip's answer to his hopes for S3. So let's move along.
All-Star game for S3.
And
that's what
another
it led up.
thing.
Hold on, let's keep it going. So let's just give Chewy his question: who's the bigger beast, Jeb in the bear suit or Chewy as a Wookiee?
I mean, Chewy's just objectively bigger than me. If that's the question, I feel like he could
10-foot Wookiee.
Yeah, he's a Wookiee for real.
All right, so we got to get Chewy in the full get up. That's my goal for S3. So Coffee Attack wants to know, and big shout out to Coffee Attack. He's in one of the only Discords I pay attention to. When are there going to be common users who love $1 moments?
I mean, you're looking at him. I mean,
all right, so there
I'm
you
part
go.
Jewish and part Filipino. Like that's a potent combination for Thrifty. So when those $1 moments are there, I'm gonna be stacking those things.
Yeah, I mean, I know I want them now for the S1 pack raffle off. And I guess the idea, of course, is that one day when there's Top Shot ads on TV, there's going to be people who want their $1 moments to get started. When was the last?
The moments are good. Like that Noara block. I don't care if it's $1 or $3. I'm down to own 1, 2, 3, 10.
Yeah,
why not?
Last in-game moment that would be the Vegas Summer League. That was the in-game. Actually, was that the Bull Bowl or that was the
Bull Bowl was the last one? Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. There's the answer to that one.
Is it a moment if Jeb isn't there?
It's not.
Preach.
There's an emoji of a face doing this. I don't know how we respond to that question. Did you see the KD in the 75th anniversary commercial say something to the effect of, "I'm happy to be making these moments when Top Shot ads"? We all hope those come soon.
I know what ads cost. I work at a collectible shop and he runs commercials. It's like $4 an ad to run on ESPN. Yes, it's not on like prime times and stuff, but it's pretty cheap. It's really cheap to run a commercial.
Yeah, I think they're first of all, they are doing marketing. Like there are Top Shots things. When we were at the game, they put all of us in the suite on the big screen and showed like a Top Shot commercial. And they're like, hey, here are our Top Shot users. I really hope someone got a video of that because I was front and center for the whole thing, and I haven't found a video of that yet. So I'm hoping I can find it. But they are marketing. They're just not like they just did that Flow commercial with the guy from Silicon Valley. Which
so there's a good this is from another person from that Discord. He's saying, are you worried that the bulk of Dapper's newfound resources via investment are being used to flesh out the Flow ecosystem versus building out Top Shot?
No, 100% not. I mean, Top Shot is their #1 priority. They're not going to take away resources to like work on other stuff. Like there are people I've seen complaining who are like, why are they doing NFL Dapper if there's not like they haven't finished Top Shot? Like, are they taking developers away? And it's like, no, they have a blueprint already. So they don't need as many resources because they're taking what they already have and just customizing it for the NFL. I don't think there's any way they're doing that. I mean, that's why you have someone like Jacob who is Top Shot designated, while Roham from the beginning is the Dapper CEO. He's not the Top Shot CEO.
Right,
and as they're getting bigger, Roham is less and less in the forefront. And that's good. That's a good sign. It's not a bad sign.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dustin says we need a bang set where it's in your I3s and clutch threes, and you can just hear Mike Breen's call. So Dustin, I
would
actually
love
have
to
a
get the
clip for you.
announcers on.
To use of Curry, way downtown. Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
I love it.
There you go, Dustin, just for you.
I've been trying to get so I haven't had any guests on my show yet. I've kind of been saving that for Jeb, and I asked DJ Babito Garcia to come on my show from
Cool.
NBA Street 2. In
Mhm.
NBA Street, you know, he used to like call the games and stuff when you're playing and everything. So I hit him up and I'm like, hey, like I make Top Shot videos and stuff. He was like, hey kid, you know, I ain't got time for your podcast, you know.
He said
He's
that
like,
to you?
good luck though. Yeah, yeah, pretty much my DM. He was like, good luck with your podcast. I sent him a YouTube link. And
he's like, the NBA does not care, neither do I.
yeah, so he pretty much like big time me. He was like, listen, it's not like worth my time, whatever. I get it. I'm not paying him to come on the show. Why is it worth it?
Well,
I
you
got a
shouldn't
low
be paying
following.
him.
Like he doesn't have any incentive. He's you know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I DM'd Austin because this is what I really wanted to bring him on for. And I wanted to play a whole bunch of handles stuff, and I wanted him to kind of narrate them, and like we could kind of see the vision and put two and two together. And you know how we've already had narrated stuff with Mike Conley and Torrey Craig and all that, where they're just taking a selfie in a hotel room talking about their moment.
Yeah.
And so I
Hey,
want
this is my
DJ Babito
moment.
Garcia to narrate a whole handle street hoop set.
That would be
And
cool.
now they've leaked that. Like I've talked about that a very, very long time ago, maybe April or something, where I tried to do all this. And now the handle set is coming in S3, and I wonder if DJ Babito Garcia is going to voice it.
Well, if they do that, you gotta get your shine on that one.
Yeah,
I hope so.
If they do that, we're finding DJ and we're forcing him to be on your show.
Yo.
Yeah.
Or do you think that's gonna happen?
Though? Like I literally came to him and I like to.
It would be cool if it happened like that. Like I think
we need
Top
more
Shot,
of that. Like Breen going bang, and it made me think of that. Like that's what I want to see. Like that's from S3. That's another thing I want to see.
Yeah,
is narrated things, maybe game sound. I know that's like a weird thing that they're trying to figure out, but can Top Shot go to these games and just have a mic and get game sound? They don't have to use ABCs or something. Like, I don't know.
I want the authentic thing. I need the authentic, or don't give it to me at all.
Is
like,
ABCs authentic if you have your own mic and you're there? Like that's
no, yeah, it's fine, but it has to be from that very game, like that.
Oh, you want to hear the official call?
I don't even need the official call. But if you're putting sound, it needs to be like that moment in time sound. Like I can't have some generic sound.
But
like,
Jeb, didn't I tweet this at you like yesterday when you said you didn't get the sound on your pack grip? Could we use the same idea where it would be it would be a moment and we would use the voice actors from Squid Game, the American ones, and it'd be like, "Hey, I'm taking a shot right now. Wow, it went through the hoop. Got it."
No.
That'd be great.
Just as good.
That'd be pretty funny.
I want that so bad.
I want that one so bad.
Mike.
What is that from?
I think you should leave. You got to watch that show.
Like you gotta watch it.
Well, I think we're coming on 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think it's probably time for people to close their browsers.
What else we got? We got anything left?
Wait, yeah, we're gonna.
I still got a little juice left.
Tanny, have you not seen my streams? I go like 4 or 5 hours easy.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I knew Jeb was here. I know a minute. It's like when you're fighting Usman and Covington. You know it's going 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Like it's going deep into the round. This isn't a first round knockout.
Yeah, I don't just run marathons in real life, Tanny.
Well, I gotta start my streams at like noon, not at 11 p.m. my time.
No, just Tandy, do what I do. Don't sleep. Like, come on.
So we got to interview Tandy. We got to flip this on its head. Right now, why are you Sapo Verde? Sapo in Portuguese means frog. Why are you the green frog, Mr. Top Shot Tandy?
That's a great question, and I'll answer that right after this. No. Why am I? Because I created my account when I was in Brazil, and I needed a random name, and I was in Brazil. So I'm like, all right, I'll be Green Frog. That's why I did it.
Nice.
All right. Nice.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yep. Do you have any hard-hitting questions for him?
I do. Now that you got the wheels turning, I'm like, man, maybe I do need. I like want to prepare. I'm someone who has to prepare questions for people. I'm actually doing a video with Austin super soon, and I'm hoping it's a solid like 3-4 hour video that I condensed into like, because no, I mean, like my Dumbo video I think was 3-4 hours, and like I cut it to like half that. But yeah, I'm hoping, I've like been working on the questions for it, and I'm hoping to get a really nice like long conversation with him, because Austin's like great, like super knowledgeable, like all the appearances I've seen him do and stuff is like so great, and I just feel like there's like a lot of questions I really want to ask him. So yeah, Austin, I'm very excited about that. So there's some Jeb Corp alpha for you.
Yeah, I think PackDrip definitely wants to get some questions about Patrick Williams in there.
I got to have answers. I need
just Austin.
When you talked about Austin with the notebook, that reminded me, like, that sold me on Austin. The way I know Jacob is an encyclopedia on basketball, the way kind of we are, like, we really love the game and everything.
Yeah.
And here, Austin and everything. I didn't know how deep he was, but you said he had a notebook out and everything. That's how I would be. Like, I would have a notebook at these AAU tournaments. It's called Basketball. Like, I interviewed Donovan Mitchell when he was in 10th grade. I used to write for the paper. So on the website, I gave him player of the tournament. Like, he won MVP of the whole thing. And he was a 10th grader. I wasn't supposed to be like kind of giving it to those people, because they're supposed to be juniors who are supposed to headline the whole tournament. Players like Noah Vonleh, and who else was in there? Jalen Adams.
Just household names is what you're saying.
Yeah. There were like guys that made it to the league and everything that were there, but there were also bigger names than him. He had Eric Paschal on the city. This was his team. It was this guy, Kevin Narfo, who was like 6'9". He kind of just reminded you of like a little Kevin Garnett type player, like high energy. He was catching every lob possible, punching shots, real bouncy. And then Eric Paschal, Donovan Mitchell, and then this white boy, Wolfgang Navagraz. The fanciest name ever. I still remember it. This team smashed everyone that whole tournament, was like undefeated. But yeah, Wolfgang Navagraz, he ended up going to Harvard to play. And yeah, it was intense. And I was there when he took his Louisville offer. Like, Rick Pitino showed up and I seen him in person. And after that tournament, he signed with Louisville.
All right.
Like,
and that was a continued
from the notebook. Like, and I used to just take notes and stuff. And that, when you said he took a notebook and he's sitting there at summer league, like, obviously if you have a notebook and stuff, you can't communicate with everybody. You shut yourself out and you're locked into the game. So somebody that I know Austin is the real deal. And him and Jacob, in my eyes, are like, there's a gold standard in Dapper, and it's them two.
Yeah. No,
I mean, everybody else is like, there's community guys like who's your buddy Dumbo, and so there's him and the other guys. But I mean, like,
Mustafa really loves basketball. Yeah, Mustafa really loves basketball, and he really knows what he's talking about. But yeah, Austin is equally, if maybe even more, like encyclopedic when it comes to basketball. That dude like knows his stuff. Like, it is.
They won't put their name on bullshit. Excuse my language again, but they won't attach themselves. I know Jacob and Austin, if these guys thought the product was trash or it wasn't going to help basketball in general and move the game, they wouldn't be a part of it. And that's why I'm so sold. When these guys leave, that's when I kind of got maybe it's not about hoops anymore.
I can tell you from just talking to a bunch of the people at Dapper, both like video chatting and like in person, like they all top to bottom are people who care about the product first and like love basketball. Like, Top Shot Economist, I think has some incredibly terrible takes, but he loves basketball. Like, we were talking there. I don't think it's on video, but I was screaming at the top of my lungs at 3 a.m. in a Vegas like bar at the Top Shot Economist, telling him I would burn down his house for like some of his takes. Like he cares about basketball like a lot, and like, I mean, I do too. So I think everyone from top to bottom, Alan said in an interview, and he says like, Dapper, we only hire the best. And I really believe that, because every single Dapper employee I've met is not only someone who like is super capable and one of the best people at their job. Like, even Dumbo, who's not the biggest basketball guy, is like incredible at what he does. Like,
same with Candy. She's persistent for being someone who doesn't like basketball. She's openly said it. She's like, I loved football growing up, wasn't big in basketball. I'm still here just for the community.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what it is. And she definitely keeps everything going. You know.
Yeah. You don't know what time it is for me, but you guys, like, the sun's setting on you, right? But anyway, this dude says his friend went to Springfield and got stabbed. Sorry to hear that. But there you go. That's
Respect.
supporting
When was
PackDrip's
that?
point.
My bad.
No, that's all good. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
he was talking crazy.
yeah.
From around here.
Oh, I just, my brain just connected the dots at that joke. Yeah, Jeb's obviously the mole. Yeah, Jeb, come out with it already.
I know. I'm too positive about Top Shot lately, but
That's good.
to be fair, I was positive before the Milwaukee trip. That I honestly feel like that didn't really influence. I was already sold at that point. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chewy, do you mean the economist who stabbed the guy in Springfield? I sincerely hope not. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go to sleep now. So
We're going to plead the fifth.
all right. Well,
you just leave it running, and me and Packdrip will be going nuts.
Yo,
I can
step
do
out.
that.
You'll come
When you
back and your
wake up-
channel will be deleted.
When he wakes up, we're still here.
I'm going to wake up. Packdrip's going to be like, and then the personal trainer is going to be.
It's only one Juicy yet. That's what you're going to see when you come
Personal
back.
trainer is going to be sponging you down. He's going to be asking you.
What?
Hank is going to be sponging you down depending on what set you're holding. All right. So thank you guys. Until the next time. I think next time I have you guys on, I'm going to have to start 2 hours earlier. But anyway, I appreciate it. And until the next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Static Selector.